I've been taking my time, taking all of your time, taking all of your time.
Hey, my trendies, trendsetters, and my trendy tribe. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Let me know if you can hear me. Hey, okay. Danny says yes. Okay. We are not on a tight hour today. Hey, sound check Annette, I see you. All right. So what we're gonna do? Stop. I'm gonna do my greetings for as long as this video plays. After the video's done, I'll stop the greetings. The video's only about 2 minutes or so, so like don't freak out. Hold on. Okay. And of course, I'll timestamp everything. So if you're in the replay gang, I'll hopefully have it timestamped by the time you hit play. Okay, but I'm happy to see y'all. All right, here we go. Here's the video. Hey, lovely Linda Gamble, first in the building, part of the Mod Squad. Hey, Purple Unicorn. Hey, Danny, how are you? Hey, Connie Jones. Hey, Teresa Wright, Jazzy J, Ann Green, Special KZ, Mama Bees, Veronica Monroe, Trust God. Yes, we are doing the City Girl Mayor. I am glad you're glad that we're doing this. Hey, Sweet Rose. Let me see. That's it. Hey, Lady B, sound check Annette, 41 Fit, my sweet sis, who is in the Mod Squad, also a content creator. Let me see. Valencia Dunlap. I'm going down. I see y'all saying hey to everybody. Paper Chase 22, Karen Carter, my big sis Peaches and Cream, also part of the Mod Squad. Angela Hudnall. Let me go. I'm scrolling. Tawana 908. I'm sorry, Tawana. Oppressing Women's Network is in the house. Hey, Miss Cutie Pie. Sylvia P. I see you, Sylvia. Shirley Terry. I think that's one of my Leo sisters, Shirley Terry. Hey, Honey Green. Cupcake Mamas is here, and she actually does make cupcakes, y'all. Hey, Kat. Hey, Creole Girl, Sheila Williams, MC Geechee, Elisa Triplet, Bridget from the 502. Okay. Hey, Betty Mac, Indigo Girl, Lady Hustle Net. I'm going. Hey, my beautiful Joyce Miles. Let's see here. I'm going down. My middle sis, Journey to Jasmine, made it in before the countdown. Hey, Yvette Bell. Journey to Jasmine is a content creator as well. And we also have a show together, y'all. Hey, Miss J, you got the, is that the Aquarius lips? Yes. Thank you, Miss J, for using those. Let me see. Sheila Massey, my timeout queen. Not the crispy wig, Sheila. see you already making sure you stay in your chair. Hey, Kim Jones. Peace, love, prayers. Let me see. Alf MC, Lizzie Wheeler, Rhonda F. Okay, the video stopped, so I gotta stop. But I'm gonna say hey D and now later Mango and Donette Watson because I see y'all before I finish. Okay, let me stop. I gotta stop. Okay, y'all. Thank you for being here. We have so much to go over. Let me make sure the display is correct because we are going in chronological order. I got the clips ready for y'all. I'm just gonna tell you the title. The news anchors are gonna do the rest for the most part, except for a couple of articles I have to read because they're local and the news didn't pick up on those stories. But this city girl mayor is wilding out. Okay, here's the thing. Because she's the mayor, I'm tiptoeing. I dip my toe into something that's technically political, but y'all, this is it. So please don't bring the presidential stuff in here, the gubernatorial stuff. Don't bring it because I can't, honestly, I kind of can't talk about a lot of this stuff, even if I have an opinion. So I make sure I keep my butt out of trouble by not touching it for the most part. So let's just have fun with this one. And there is one. Some of it's kind of serious, right? Because some of the stuff that she's accused of is crazy, but overall it's just a wild ride. Let me see here. What else did I want to say? Okay, so basically the mods, if y'all can look out for like, I call him 45. I don't want to talk about 45. I don't want to talk about nobody else. We own Tiffany Henyard, Mayor Tiffany Henyard. I don't want to talk about no other political person. I have a very tight boundary about this. All right. And before I get started, Nightbot is dropping a link that if you have a Fire Stick and you have not been able to get to Charnita's world, I created a tutorial. It is super quick, and Nightbot's dropping the link for your viewing pleasure later in case you need it. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. Yes, no tight hour because we got to make sure we go. I was going to do it in parts, but we got to get this full thing because then later we got to go over some lawsuits like on a different video. But I needed y'all to be up to date on this woman. Yes, she's I need y'all to be up to date by the time we get to the lawsuits, y'all. So we're taking it for when she was running for mayor all the way up until today. There was a news story on her. So that's how we got this. But they're in mostly short news clips. Let's go. I'm gonna change my audio to make sure that y'all can get the best experience of this. Okay, so let me make sure I got my setup. Oop, that is not what I wanted. Hold on. Ooh, I gotta be very careful not to hit the X on anything too, because I have it laid out. Like I have my links in the list. I really tried to come prepared. So we're gonna start with Dolton Village trustee, because at the time she was a trustee, not the mayor. Tiffany Henyard gives away gas for free amid run for mayor. So it was already like they was like you. Oops, sorry. They were like you trying to buy votes. And yes, I do realize that politicians in general are like, not honest. So we're just enjoying this particular topic though. Okay. Let me change my sound. I'll be in and out, but I'll try to let the video play, then I'll come back in. Okay.
In South suburban Dolton, and one mayoral candidate kicked it off by giving away gas for free. Here's CBS 2 political investigator Dana Kozloff with why that gift could come back to haunt her.
That gas giveaway took place right here at the Food for Less in Dolton. It was billed as a mayoral campaign kickoff for Dolton trustee Tiffany Henyard. You needed a Dolton ID to get gas. But some campaign legal experts we spoke with say if the giveaway didn't cross the legal line, it definitely stood right on top of it.
And whenever you tell me you need something, I'll show up and I'll do it, like giving gas.
Tiffany Henyard enthusiastically pitched Sunday's free gas giveaway on her Tiffany for Mayor Facebook page Saturday. 24 hours later, the takers showed up in droves. The press release touting the gift of free gas stated essential workers would be given priority, but anyone with a Dolton address would be eligible too.
It is probably illegal. Technically, to prove that it's illegal, you would have to prove that her intent was to be exchanging those gas credits for votes.
So what was Trustee Henyard's intent? Less than 3 months before Dolton's election, Henyard's spokesperson says she used her own money. But when asked if Henyard's intent was to exchange gas for votes or if she was aware she may be breaking the law, her spokesperson said she'd get back to me. Henyard has given away gas before in November. She's also been the subject of a past CBS 2 investigation after one of her former tenants accused the village trustee of failing to remedy a massive mold problem in a Section 8 house she owns, which raised even more concerns about the house's inspection history.
If you have any questions, talk to my attorney.
Henyard was unavailable to talk with us about this issue too, and what exactly her intent was.
I would say it's inappropriate conduct regardless of whether it's technically illegal.
If there are questions about the legality of that giveaway, it would still be up to the Cook County State's Attorney's Office or to the County Board of Elections to take any action.
All right. Jazz said, oh, wow. Girl, we just getting started. We are just getting started. Okay. So that's before she was elected mayor. I'm going to take this off to make sure. Now, this is still before she was elected mayor. It says Dolton mayoral candidate giving cash prizes at fundraiser after previous allegations of buying votes. This was in 2021, y'all. Okay. Let me get this sound back.
More campaign controversy for Dolton's Tiffany Henyard, who's running for mayor. Now, back in January, she held a gas giveaway, which raised questions about illegal vote buying. The candidate raising eyebrows again by giving away cash prizes at a fundraiser this weekend. Now, here's the ad. It's this Sunday, 5 to 8. Come support Tiffany Henyard for mayor of Dolton and maybe win one of 3 cash prizes totaling more than $8,000. Well, Henyard's spokesperson in the past has denied allegations of vote buying. Last week, Henyard claimed victory in Dolton's Democratic Party primary. If that win is certified, she would face independent Ronnie Burge in the April 6th election.
All right. This one is Tiffany Henyard to be sworn in as Dolton's first woman mayor. So this is when she won, y'all. So, all right, here you go. This is really quick. I'll keep this won't be as, well, you know what? No, I'm going to change it. I like good quality. I can't.
History is going to be made today in South Suburban Dolton. Tiffany Henyard will be sworn in as the village's first woman mayor. Henyard won 82% of the vote in the April election. She'll be sworn in at 4 this afternoon at Dolton Main Park. Henyard has been the subject of some past controversy. In January, she gave away free gas at a Food for Less in Dolton in what was billed as a kickoff to her mayoral campaign. Some legal experts told CBS 2 political investigator Dyana Rozay at the time that if the gas giveaway didn't cross the legal line, it definitely stood right on it. You can see Dana's.
All right. All right. She got elected. Y'all, she got elected. And then let me get the date. So she got elected in 2021. June 29th, 2022, CBS comes back to report that the city was voting to recall Mayor Tiffany Henyard, but she's staying put for now.
Now to campaign 2022. In a recall fight in Chicago's south suburbs, people in the village of Dolton voted to kick the mayor out of office. But as CBS 2's Jermont Terry reports, the mayor is not going anywhere for now.
Congratulations, Madam Mayor.
Just over a year after getting sworn in as Dolton's mayor, voters recalled Tiffany Henyard Tuesday.
We listened to the community. The community has asked us, what can we do? They were uncomfortable with lack of transparency. They were uncomfortable with the spending.
Village trustee Jason House believes the referendum to recall the mayor was necessary and fair.
We are a democracy. The people have spoken, and we really are going to do everything we can to make sure that their voice is heard.
But the mayor took her fight to court and won in the lower court. This ruling by the Illinois Appellate Court days before Tuesday's election said the recall election could go on, and those votes can get counted but not certified.
What you have here is absolutely a legal roller coaster.
CBS 2 legal analyst Irv Miller says despite the recall prevailing, it's unclear where the votes stand at this moment.
They've asking for time to review it. They could say after they review it in September, hey, these votes count, this mayor's out of office. Or in the alternative, they could say, hey, listen, this wasn't a valid election. This mayor's staying right where she's at.
Mayor Henyard says, I remain confident the appellate courts will affirm the recall initiative is unconstitutional. But sadly, because the vote was allowed to happen, our community is more divided than ever. As we await a final decision from the appellate courts, I will continue to do the work I'm doing now to serve the people of Dolton.
I think our community is really, really suffering.
Now, Mayor's spokesman says many of her supporters were confused and
all right, I'm gonna keep going because y'all, when I tell you I got you, I got you. Okay, this one is an article because I didn't see any news videos like that reported it, but y'all got to understand how much this woman just be in some craziness. So this is from the Southland Journal. They be on her behind. I think 3 of these for them. So that was June 29th. She was still allowed to stay, even though there was a vote to get her out. August 25th, 2022 of that same year, it says Mayor Tiffany Henyard under state police investigation over fake police vehicles. It says, we understand from a source that the state police were at Thornton Township looking for those police cars this afternoon after receiving a complaint about their unauthorized use. Let's see. Thornton Township Supervisor Tiffany A. Henyard purchased 2 police vehicles using Thornton Township Highway Department funds after she was appointed to the position. This is an improper use of road district funds. She also had municipal police license plates put on both of them. We understand one is for her use and the other is for the use of the City of Dolton's administrator and her personal bodyguard, among others. This, in our opinion, and further explained below, is fraudulent use of police equipment and license plates. Both vehicles are registered in the name of Thornton Township. It says, here's the text of the complaint sent to the Secretary of Police. It says, the public has a right to be secure in their dealings with public officials, especially when those public officials and employees are operating vehicles displaying municipal police license plates. Any question of the legitimacy of such vehicles and operators leads to public distrust of police. Misuse of municipal police license plates should never be tolerated. And then the next day, because that was August 25th, 2022, the next day they reported, next day, August 26th, 2022, the Southland Journal reported Secretary of State Police confiscates Mayor Tiffany Henyard's fake police plates. It says, hold on. The township was also informed by the Secretary of State they cannot operate either vehicle on the streets in Illinois without first removing the police lights and other police equipment. They also canceled the registration on both vehicles and took the license plates back. So, let's see. Okay, let's keep going. This is also the Southland Journal, September 3rd, 2022. It says Tiffany Henyard bounced check to South Suburban College, unpaid for 33 months. Y'all, if you know about The Office, y'all remember Scott's Tots? Where Michael Scott promised like laptops to all the kids that was in that grade when they graduated, and then they did graduate, he forgot and he didn't have the money, but they were called Scott's Tots. Y'all, okay, so it says the mayor of Dolton, Thornton Township supervisor and owner of Good Burger, and yes, I Googled it and that's what I kept finding. It really was Good Burger from what I could see, y'all, has apparently been having trouble keeping her Good Burger company above water lately. After non-payment of commissions on food sales to South Suburban College for the contract she has serving food to college students, she wrote a check which bounced and was returned as insufficient funds, which means there was not enough money in the business account to cover it was only $1,057.16 commissions owed to the college. According to a June 9th, 2022 follow-up invoice, Henyard had not yet made restitution to the college for the bounce check, despite raking in well over $200,000 per year as Thornton Township supervisor, plus her salary as mayor of Dolton, Illinois. This latest notice came after Henyard already receiving a notice on March 22nd, 2022 of her not reimbursing the college for the bounce check. This is unacceptable, and she should have been charged with deceptive practice for writing a check without sufficient funds to cover it. It says, see Illinois Criminal Code, Section 720, especially when she apparently made no attempt at making the college whole even 33 months after writing the bad check. The check was finally paid on September 1st, 2022, 3 months after a June meeting with the college over her outstanding balances, which included the bounce check. So, okay, they ended it by saying she paid it, y'all. Oh my gosh. All right, here's the next one. This is Southland Journal again. The South Suburban College threatened to cancel Mayor Tiffany's Good Burger contract over unsanitary conditions. So this is not the bounce check one. Yes, welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? Yes, Drea. Okay, so now it's unsanitary conditions is the issue. Okay, so it says they're talking about the bounce check. It says, from among the 16 matters requiring remediation are, the college has received numerous complaints regarding food choices and the lack of nutritionally balanced meals. Per the agreement, each menu must include options that provide for healthy and nutritionally balanced meals. The college cafe has been closed without notification since October 27th, 2021. Per the agreement, the cafe is required to be open Monday through Friday each week the college is open. Good Burger has failed to provide daily or weekly menus in the cafe. Good Burger has failed to maintain the cafe to the required standard of immaculate. Good Burger has failed to post, display, or provide Cook County Department of Public Health sanitation reports. Good Burger has failed to steam, clean, sanitize, or wipe specific equipment as required, and the cafe remains inadequately clean. Good Burger is required to maintain adequate staff to operate the cafe. The cafe has been without adequate staff since October 2021. Good Burger has failed to obtain college approval for all Good Burger management personnel and has not engaged in any written consultation with the college regarding such personnel. The list goes on and on, Betty Mac. Yes, Keenan and Kel should sue too. Solely in Good Burger's name. Yes, Honey Green. And look, we still in 2022. We got to get up to today. We got to get all the way up to today. But I promise you, I'm trying to keep them as short and sweet as possible. All right, so this is back to the news reporting it. Dolton mayor starts meeting with Disco after court throws out the recall vote. And let me get y'all the date of this one. This was October 3rd, 2022. All right. I'm telling you, she stays in it, y'all. Let me change my audio real fast.
New at 10, making a political statement with some disco in South Suburban Dolton. Take a listen.
How y'all doing? Ain't no stopping us now.
All right, karaoke night apparently at City Hall. That's Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard kicking off tonight's board meeting with her rendition of the 1979 hit Ain't No Stopping Us Now. The reason for the throwback jam? An appellate court ruling threw out a June recall vote that would have removed Henyard from office.
Okay, so she's still in there. She got 9 lives. I'll tell you that. This poor woman, it says, this is the title, Extremely Illegal. Assessor says she was locked out of office following dispute with supervisor. And this is about Tiffany Henyard. So, all right, here we go.
When she says everything's been moved out of your office, they put you over into another section.
Right now at 9:30, a South Suburban elected official gets a rude surprise as she learns she's been locked out of her own office.
She believes it's dirty politics by another elected official who is now at the center of multiple controversies.
Fox 32's Dane Placo reports on another bizarre day in politics in Thornton Township.
So this is the assessor's office.
Cassandra Elston has been the assessor here in Thornton Township for the past 10 years, an elected position that helps residents deal with exemptions and property tax appeals. But when she arrived at work this morning, something strange happened.
This was your office?
Yes.
What happened when you tried to open it?
It doesn't work.
Not only had Elston been locked out of her own office, but boxes of sensitive documents that she kept in her office were spread around the common area.
This was under lock and key before.
This was under lock and key.
And now it's just out in the open?
Now it's just out in the open. So it has the taxpayer's name, address.
So who did this to you?
Well, I imagine this new supervisor, Tiffany Henyard.
Tiffany Henyard has become a political lightning rod since she was elected mayor of Dolton, making $46,000 a year, and last year appointed Thornton Township supervisor at more than $200,000 a year.
This is Mayor Tiffany Henyard, Supervisor Henyard.
Last week, Fox 32 and the Illinois Answers Project investigated how Henyard is using Dolton and Thornton Township tax money, employees, and equipment to fund a cancer charity in her name. Elston has been critical of Henyard's spending at the township and believes getting kicked out is political payback.
But this is not going to stop me. This is my job. This is what I get paid to do.
She's the assessor. She invited us inside.
And that's when township security officers stepped in.
Okay. So you're refusing to leave? Yes.
South Holland police were called to the scene, and they agreed with us that the assessor had every right to invite us into her
The
office.
news crew is here to do an interview on me.
Does Tiffany Henyard have any right to do this?
Not only Tiffany Henyard, but nobody has any right to do this to a separate elected official like the assessor.
The assessor's lawyer, Bert Odelson, tells me they plan to file a lawsuit in Cook County demanding she get her office back.
It is extremely illegal.
You can do and say pretty much what you want to say or do to me. But when you start doing things that affects the taxpayers, that's why I draw the line.
The hardest part of this is adding my commentary in between because, fair use and everything. Let me put my disclaimer up here too. You know how they do. It's the news stations though, so hopefully I don't have any issues. But yeah, I'm just using this for reporting, critiquing, researching purposes, y'all. YouTube. Also, yes, I saw y'all comment. Y'all were watching The Pocket Watcher. I personally learned about her from Nate the Lawyer, and my sis, Lady T-Bug, which is in the chat right now. She's also, I saw at least one video. She's following her too. So shout out to Lady T-Bug. She's a content creator. But I definitely saw it. Nate the Lawyer was how I had seen it first. Pocket Watcher be on it too, though. I think I saw him because of, whose case was it? Oh, Envy. DJ Envy. After I had done my own research, I ended up seeing him later. But yeah, all right, let's keep it going. So that was 20. I'm sorry. I said that was 2022, but this is June 6, 2023, Honey Green, so I apologize for that. So now we are in September 21st, 2023. It says hundreds wait for hours to pay for tickets they say they shouldn't even have received. So this is when she was issuing out like $500 parking tickets that were going to double on a certain day if it wasn't paid. That's predatory. All right, let me get my audio good and then we shall go. Let's see here.
Only on 2 tonight, outrage in a different South suburban town, Dolton. Hundreds of people lined up to pay tickets they say they never should have gotten. As CBS 2's Jerron Terry explains, they were told to show up in court today where the fines would double.
Usually the trains are the loudest noise in South suburban Dolton. Yet on Thursday, the rumble came from hundreds in long lines outside the municipal court. How long were you in that line?
I can't even tell you, man. It was a long day.
Yeah, I sat down, I stood up. I've been in line for 2 hours.
They are all here after getting slapped with various citations all of a sudden by the city.
At first I thought it was $50. And then I had to put my glasses on.
Elizabeth Watson quickly saw an extra zero for a total sum of $500. And if she didn't stand in this line to appear in court,
after the 21st, I'll be on $1,000.
Which is why hundreds packed the municipal court.
That's a lot for a senior citizen, on a fixed income.
And these outrageous amounts is insane.
The vast majority of people slapped with the $500 ticket say they never parked.
So I walk in, get my pizza, it's already prepared. 30 seconds, in and out. Run in and out. 5 days later, ticket in the mail.
Eric Hagerman's $500 ticket came for parking in a fire lane in the strip mall at 154th and Cottage Grove. But he never received a ticket on his car that day. He says police, who we spotted parked in the same private lot, just snapped pictures as proof of parking.
I got it 3 days later saying, we have a picture of your car in the fire lane.
We heard the same story repeatedly.
She pulled up right to the grocery store. She got out, and then I moved. Then I got a ticket like 2 weeks later, $500 ticket.
Keep in mind, this is not city property.
It's in a strip mall. It's in a strip mall. Yeah.
So are you left wondering why the city is giving out citations for a private property?
Yeah.
Mayor Tiffany Henyard did not respond when CBS 2 asked for an explanation.
This administration has cost us a $5 million deficit. And now I believe that the mayor is trying to make up that deficit on the backs of the residents.
Dolton trustee Jason House says the tickets were not just for vehicles, but work permits too.
I've heard residents that have gotten fines for not getting a permit to install carpet.
And people waited well into the night to have their cases heard.
There's something strange going on.
In Dolton, Jermont.
Okay, I didn't mean to, but now she got me thinking of Ghostbusters. In the neighborhood. I can't do this. I cannot with y'all. Okay. For those of y'all, Lady T-Bug is answering your questions for the more present time. My brain works while I have to try to stay in order. So if you're asking me what's happening today, we got to actually get to today, which we are getting to, but I got to stay in chronological order to keep my brain going. And I'm just one of those people, I get frazzled when I start jumping around too much. But Lady T-Bug is in the chat answering some of y'all's questions. Okay. Do I have a picture of her house? I'm trying to see something. I don't know unless the news showed it. I didn't pull up her house. Okay, so now we are on Dolton's mayor under fire. Trustees slam lavish spending on security detail. Still going into her questionable and unethical, and eventually some of it will be identified as illegal spending and other actions.
It's not unusual for the mayor of a big city like Chicago to have a security detail, but residents of South Suburban Dolton, population a little more than 20,000, are shelling out hundreds of thousands of dollars a year for police to drive and protect their mayor. And trustees say enough is enough. Mayor, mind if I ask you a couple questions about your security detail?
Absolutely not.
I'm asking her.
Yeah, she says no.
Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard was not in a talkative mood when we caught up with her a couple weeks ago. Henyard, who doubles as the supervisor for Thornton Township, began using Dolton cops to drive her around shortly after she was elected mayor in 2021. Dolton trustees filed a lawsuit saying she never justified the need for security and does not have the legal authority to order spending on her own. So how much does all this cost? Well, we filed a Freedom of Information request and found that officers assigned to her detail are routinely working hundreds of hours of overtime and even accompanying the mayor when she travels out of state. One officer put in for more than 300 hours worked in a 2-week payroll period, making more than $13,000 in a single paycheck. That's more than 200 hours of OT in just 2 weeks.
I see no justification whatsoever, and more than that, it's really a detriment to the residents of Dolton.
How so?
The residents, if we would take the same money and put it on officers patrolling the streets, then the residents will see a much better presence and public safety would be better.
Oh, she loves it. She just loves it. She loves the detail. I think it makes her feel as if she's like a superstar.
Okay. All right. Let's keep it moving. Now we're in, just to give y'all the dates, October 16th, 2023. This is when it's being reported. Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard wastes $150,000 of taxpayer money to lease a Tahoe. And Lady T-Bug said she was sleeping with one of the officers. All right. Here we go.
But at the end of the day, nobody comes here to argue with you. Nobody at all. There are bills that we have the right to take off. we have the right to make decisions about. You say that you're running it at the end of the day, because this is going to be the narrative. When we go broke, you're going to say, I wasn't even on the bank account. The trustees did it. When at the end of the day, you're making decisions and spending money and then get mad when we don't approve it because it's not financially sound. I sat here and looked at a lease that y'all paying $149,000 for one of them trucks. You make absolute, that's like when you're 19 years old and you go get a car and the interest rate 27%. That makes absolutely no sense. You're not making great finance, excuse me? Please say facts. But let me tell you, here it is, dated December 27th, 2022, the cash price of a 2023 Chevy Tahoe, $93,216.71. Interest and APR, $55,929.49. Total lease price, $149,146.20. Tell me if it's not facts, because your signature is all on it.
I don't see that.
Okay, but you want me to pass?
I don't.
All right.
I'll
But
give
at
my
the
statement in a
at
few
the
minutes
end
when
of
you
the
finish.
day, it's not about going back and forth with you. It's about making financial decisions that is in the benefit of everybody and just not one person. And you can't seem to understand that. Have a great day.
She said, I don't see that. She said, you want to look at it? No, I'll look at it like Drea said she can hire me for that overtime amount. Hey, y'all. Hey, Mimi. I know. Okay. Let's keep it moving. We are, this is November 7th, 2023. Claims of political targeting sparked drama in Dolton. This one's a little bit of a longer one. If they repeat too much of what we've gone over, I'll try to skip ahead. Oh, let me change the audio.
WGN investigates a town in turmoil. A South Suburban mayor accused of using police to target her political opponents.
Investigative reporter Ben Bradley has the story.
For decades, the Shaw brothers ran politics in and around South Suburban Dolton. Their antics were legendary, but now there's a new leader in town. She calls herself the people's super mayor, but that's not how some of the people would characterize her leadership.
Show me.
The night of June 10th, police arrived at this truck yard in Dolton, owned by Lawrence Gardner.
How are you? I don't know. I was doing good till you got here.
The reason police responded depends on who you ask. In this report, officers said it was for an ordinance violation for hosting a group of bikers at his business without a license. But Gardner has a different take.
Okay. It's what it is. Well, so here we go.
He says he's been repeatedly harassed for not supporting Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
We taking care of all the business, right? All the business.
You can't stop me from closing my gate. Last time I'm gonna say it, sir. Okay. Please stop. I'm not. Okay.
The standoff that night ended with Gardner in handcuffs.
I'm tired of them. They've been harassing me for months and months and months. Have a seat, please, sir.
And charged with misdemeanor obstructing an officer.
How do I matter you? With the gate. It's all on body cam. No big deal.
The charge eventually dropped. Case closed, right? Not quite. Gardner claims the harassment continues.
I'm suffering. They destroyed my trucking company. They shut my store down.
And he's not alone. Others in town are sharing similar stories of alleged retaliation for not supporting this suburban mayor.
It's a regular occurrence. She uses the police force to intimidate residents.
The Dolton Park District's director said in her case, the mayor objected to a car show on park property and shut down the event.
It felt like an abuse of power. She used her entire police force to come in and prevent something from happening because things didn't go her way, really.
Some businesses, even village employees, are now suing Dolton.
I filed the lawsuit because I am a victim of retaliation.
Eris Montgomery is Dolton's deputy village clerk. In her complaint, filed last May in federal court, she claims the board increased her pay to $60,000, but the mayor ordered not to implement the raise.
because the clerk didn't support Henyard politically.
People are walking on eggshells, so to speak. They're afraid to have an opinion about anything or to fulfill their duties.
Since taking office in 2021, Henyard has repeatedly clashed with residents and fellow elected officials, even locking trustees out of Village Hall amid a dispute.
This is the second time she did this.
That was 2021. 2 years later, dysfunction is still the definition of a Dolton Village board meeting.
You the ones that's costing the village money. Don't check out the meeting.
It took 30 minutes of yelling just to agree on the order of the night's agenda. Some residents say they are fed up.
Until this administration starts respecting us as citizens, I'll be damned if I'm going to respect them as an administration.
3.5 hours later, we had a quick chance to chat with the mayor.
At what point is this dysfunction a reflection on your leadership?
When I replace my board.
Are you punishing your political opponents?
No, not at all. I'm a fear God person, God-fearing person, that I don't touch stuff like that. I want people to know that I'm caring. I love what I do. I stay in the fire for them, and I bring products and produce things here in our community for them.
Her team said the mayor would not discuss any lawsuits or specific allegations of political targeting.
From my perspective, they're sort of kicking these cans down the road and not doing much to defend them.
Well, there you are.
Attorney Patrick Walsh represents Dolton's deputy clerk and another village employee, both of whom are suing the suburb, alleging they were victims of political retaliation.
We've had cases in other municipalities. It certainly happens, but not on this scale. They don't even take steps to try to hide it.
Gardner says he's also considering a lawsuit alleging the village illegally shut down his candy store.
I lost it all.
And his trucking business.
There's no freight. I just have a couple of friends that don't have anywhere to put their belongings. So I put the stuff in here to collect a couple of dollars to pay the rent.
Back in June, after Dolton had shut him down, Gardner's security cameras captured two people he insists were Mayor Henyard's henchmen.
Here it is. Here's the lock they cut.
The night of his arrest, Gardner asked if cops were the ones who cut his lock.
You know you shouldn't have.
Okay, I stopped it there just because we did get to watch him in the previous video that we just watched. So that's why I'm stopping it. Okay, y'all, when she said, I'm a fear God woman, I mean, I'm a God-fearing woman. Y'all said she can't even get the saying right. And then Karen said she could tell by she lying about her wigs. I can't deal with this. I can't deal with y'all. Yes, Craig Hurt is right, Maria. Y'all are hilarious. Okay, now we are 2 months ago. We're getting there. We're December 18th, 2023. I know it's technically about 3 months ago, but December 18th, 2023. Dolton Mayor taxpayer-funded billboards raise questions. More spending. Okay. And we're getting all the way up to today, just so y'all... Oh, sorry. We're getting all the way up to today, just so y'all know.
But would you advise one of your candidates to do something like that using taxpayer funds?
No, not using taxpayer funds.
Okay, so if you've driven one of the expressways in the south suburbs recently, you've no doubt seen one of these giant billboards. They feature the name and the face of a smiling local politician. What you may not know is the money for these billboards is coming out of taxpayers' pockets, and that's raising questions for Tiffany Henyard, the Dolton mayor and Thornton Township supervisor, who has already come under fire for spending public money promoting herself.
Dane Placco has the latest chapter in his ongoing investigation into Henyard's questionable spending.
Take a drive to the south suburbs and you can't miss them. 4 giant billboards featuring Tiffany Henyard's name in large letters, along with her picture, smiling down on the thousands of cars going by on Interstate 57 and the Bishop Ford Expressway. What are they advertising? One says fresh produce, another senior services, and this one simply says we offer general assistance. There's a phone number, but you wouldn't know what it's for unless you can read in teeny tiny letters, Thornton Township Supervisor, as you're speeding by. These are the billboards that have gone up along the expressways. We showed the billboards to Bert Odelson, an election attorney who's been working in Illinois politics for 50 years.
When I first looked at it, I thought, what is she running for now? Because that's what it shouts out.
Odelson, who represents a political faction opposed to Henyard and Dolton, says it's clear the billboards are promoting more than township services. He says they're essentially campaign ads.
This is a blatant attempt to promote herself politically. The township should not have paid for these if they did, and I'm sure they did.
They did indeed. Bills obtained by Fox 32 under open records laws shows Thornton Township paid more than $10,000 for the vinyl signs themselves and more than $12,000 to Clear Channel Outdoor Advertising for 1 month's rental of the billboards.
What was your reaction when you saw him?
Well, first of all, I didn't know anything about him.
Thornton Township trustee Chris Gonzalez says the board was never consulted about the billboards, which he says needed their approval.
Kind of some of the first things that popped in my mind is, what are we doing? This isn't a big sale. We're not selling cars here. I mean, if it's informational, then it should be informational. I mean, there's so many other ways we could have spent that money that would have, directly helped people.
This isn't the first time Henyard has used taxpayer dollars to burnish her own personal image. In fact, on other occasions, she spent a lot more.
Hey guys, this is Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
Earlier this year, Fox 32 showed you how Henyard spent tens of thousands of dollars using employees and vehicles from the township and from Dolton, where she also serves as mayor, for a week-long walk to Springfield to promote her self-named cancer charity, which is yet to file required reporting. And you can't turn your head in Dolton or Thornton Township without seeing Henyard's picture or name. It's on all the government-owned vehicles, buildings, even on the rugs in the township. We found a Tiffany Henyard 2024 calendar featuring all the important dates to remember, including her birthday.
I would be having a fit if she was my client, telling her not to do this.
Veteran Chicago political consultant Delmarie Cobb says there would be nothing wrong if Henyard were using her own political funds for those promotional materials, especially the billboards.
I actually had a candidate years ago who was running for Mayor Dolton, and that's what we did. We bought billboards along the expressway, because if you're coming and going home all day, and one of the things I always say about billboards is they're working when you're asleep.
In 2011, state lawmakers passed a law banning the practice of politicians putting their names on publicly funded signs, spurred by these tollway signs featuring former Governor Rod Blagojevich. That law does not extend to mayors or other elected officials, but election attorney Odelson believes the billboards do violate state election laws.
It's a crime. Yeah, you're using public funds for something that taxpayer dollars shouldn't be used for.
And just when you think you've seen it all, take a look at this. When the first billboard went up last summer, Thornton was misspelled as Thornton. Another sign had to be ordered, apparently at taxpayer expense. Dane Placco, Fox 32.
All right. So we got the billboards one. Let's keep it going. Now, this is her trustee. It says trustees' desperate cry for help on Mayor Tiffany Henyard's spending. So this is one of the other trustees. Y'all, let me just go ahead and let me play.
Very moment, we're over $7 million in the village of Dolton. And we're constantly, as trustees, we're constantly saying, hey, you can't continue to spend at this rate and have a productive community. We have expenses, and we need this money for the expenses. But time and time again, she continues to frivolously spend and ignore us. And we've go to the courts to assist us. So we've tried to take off the bank. We've taken off the bank account so that we can kind of control some of the spending. And it worked for a while. And then once she's back over the account, of course, the frivolous in spending and the overspending has continued. We've never, so when we first started office, we were financially sound. But over just the last 2, and I want to say maybe and a half years, we've went from financially sound to a $7 million deficit. And that deficit continues to grow. So it's very alarming when you have so much money going out, but you don't have enough coming in. We all know that that's what leads to a deficit. So what she does is she says, well, hey, you know, I'm using all of this money to provide services. So she tricks the citizens into thinking, hey, all of this spending is just to provide you with services. And the trustees, they want to cut the spending because they don't want you to have these services. When the truth is, she's overspending and she's doing so much frivolous spending that it's catching up with us. And at some point, it'll eventually come to an end and we don't know where that may lead us. Our only recourse is to take it to the courts, right? So what we notice is we take it to the courts, but the court process is a lengthy process. So even when we have a court date, sometimes they'll have continuances. So they'll say, okay, well, not this month, but a few months from now. But during that time period, they're constantly spending. So I want to say maybe it's the timing in which it takes for the courts to make a decision. No one have decided to come in and make changes as of yet. So we're just hoping that we do have a court case coming up. And we're just hoping that it works in our favor, where they can see that she's completely taking advantage of the spending process. That's our only recourse at this point. Hopefully they take her off the bank account again.
Okay, hold on. I think I changed my settings to where y'all can hear me again. Okay, yeah, y'all can hear me again. Okay. All right, y'all. It's crazy. Let me answer Pumpkin's question real fast. Pumpkin says, so she's the mayor and the supervisor. It seems like she was the mayor of Dolton and they named her the supervisor of a different town. ABK might even know which one, because it sounds like ABK be actually calling into the office for you know, stuff that they supposed to be doing. So she might know. But yeah, it named it earlier. It said mayor of Dolton and supervisor of some other town or something. Danny said, not again. ABK said this is just some of what she's doing. And I'm getting up to present day. So now we're a month ago or so. 2 months, really. 2 to 3 months. January 15th, 2024. Suburban politician's cancer charity fails to file financial records. So this is like y'all were talking about her cancer charity. I was like, I told you I got to go in order of how the stories went, but I'm not ignoring you. Okay, Yumina said she was supervisor first. I thought somewhere they named her still when she made mayor. They were still also saying supervisor in one of those news stories. But this is them reporting on how her cancer charity fails to file financial records. All right.
WGN Investigates has learned a suburban politician's charity has attracted the attention of the Illinois Attorney General after failing to file financial documents. We've reported on Tiffany Henyard before. She holds 2 elected positions, Dolton Mayor and Thornton Township Supervisor. She also prides herself on raising money for cancer patients.
But as investigative reporter Ben Bradley reports, she's now facing penalties for not reporting how she spent the money.
Tiffany Henyard collected $287,000 back in 2022 from her 2 elected positions. That's the same year she founded a charity in her name, a charity that has received considerable tax dollars but hasn't filed basic records with the Illinois Attorney General or the IRS that would show how cancer patients have actually benefited.
I want people to know that I'm caring.
Tiffany Henyard told me in November she cares. Apparently so much so, it's also the name of her charity. Check it out. The Tiffany Henyard Cares Foundation posts videos highlighting walks and other events that prominently feature the politician proudly promoting her cancer charity.
I just want people to know that, hey, Tiffany Henyard Cares Foundation is here. We will help anybody in need.
She certainly may help some, but Henyard's charity has failed to file required financial statements showing income and expenses. WGN Investigates obtained this letter from December in which the Illinois Attorney General threatened civil penalties are imposed against persons who do not register with this office as required.
But there's no foundation in the state of Illinois moving like we move, shaking, moving like we doing. Right? That's right.
Henyard mixes her two taxpayer-funded jobs and charity work.
That's it.
That's Keith Freeman sitting next to her at a Dolton meeting where he's the village administrator. Freeman is also an advisor to Thornton Township, and he's the guy listed as the registered agent of Tiffany Henyard's foundation.
I think it's just about personal gain and trying to use it as more of a publicity type thing.
Chris Gonzalez is the last surviving critic of Henyard on the Thornton Township Board. He and other critics say public money has been used to fund Henyard's private charity. They say board members were asked to approve a $10,000 payment to the foundation in 2022, days before a much publicized cancer walk from Dolton to Springfield. Thornton Township credit card records show taxpayers then footed the bill for more than $10,000 in hotel rooms along the route.
I saw the video. Township vehicles being used, township employees being used. Once again, were they paid? Were they given comp time or things of that nature? So there's just, unfortunately, there's a long list. Hotel use, meals.
I shouldn't have to sit up here and break all this down.
Henyard sometimes shouts down or shuts down questions about expenses while presiding over public meetings, as we learned in November. That's when we reported Thornton Township taxpayers spent thousands of dollars on a trip to Las Vegas, where a shopping center conference was underway. Henyard and her allies spent thousands on everything from steak dinners to hotels and what appeared to be first-class airfare.
I do not handle anything as relates to with credit cards. As you heard me speak today in my board meeting about, I do not handle that.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas? What is that?
No comment.
You don't know if you were in Las Vegas?
Of course I do.
Were you?
It's not paid by them.
Did you fly first class to Las Vegas?
Any other questions?
Actually, we have a lot more questions, but neither Tiffany Henyard nor her advisor, Keith Freeman, responded to our request for comment. And the two governments they control have stopped releasing financial records requested by us under the Freedom of Information Act. The Illinois Attorney General plans to make another demand for information for Henyard's charity this week. If no records are produced, the AG can ask a court to remove the foundation's officers and issue a fine of up to $1,000. Then,
oh, okay. I can't with this lady. She said, she literally pulled a Michael Scott when he's about to lie. Oh my God. I know it's way more serious than that, but it's hilarious and sad because it's happening to real people. The fact that she's one of those people that thinks she's smarter than everybody else and she done figured it out how to get away with it. You have not gotten away with anything, right? Eventually, not open up, FBI. Yes, that Queen Shiba audio. Yes. Yeah, she thinks it's a joke. It's the smirk, April, right? She's playing with words. Yes. Okay. She getting over. Cell Block H will be her new residence, Miss Tina. Yes. She doesn't look or sound believable, Taisha. Right. Hey, July Leo, babe. Hey, y'all. Just as a reminder, if you came in later, I am only talking about Mayor Tiffany Henyard. I cannot talk about 45 and all the other stuff. So I'm going to put 41 Fit message up here again real fast. I'm sticking to her because these are my tight boundaries to stick to her as the topic on this one. Okay, we're going on. This is January 30th, 2024. Police chief pantry owner latest to say they are victims of Dolton dysfunction. All right, so let me change the audio for you.
WGN investigates the price of politics in the South suburbs. Last hour, we showed you how a politician and her team spent tens of thousands of dollars on fine dining, first-class flights, and a five-star hotel.
Investigative reporter Ben Bradley with one woman's story of what happened to her and her mission when she crossed the self-proclaimed super mayor.
Hey guys, it's your favorite super mayor.
Not only is Tiffany Henyard the Thornton Township supervisor, she's also the mayor of Dolton.
You got to make any food? That's what you need.
Henyard hosts and promotes food giveaways throughout the year.
You put the meat in the box that you pull up because it's on 2 different pallets. I want to show you guys that I love y'all and ain't nothing you can do about it. Here, put that over there.
One person not feeling the love is Nicole Scott. Are you a victim of the dysfunction in Dolton?
Absolutely, but more so, residents are victims. Would you like some of these?
She runs the Free Indeed Market, a ministry-minded pantry set up like a grocery store. It's meant to give people in need a bit of dignity.
We have some onions here if you need onions.
Scott says she secured funding and architectural plans to redevelop this entire dilapidated shopping center last summer. But the village did nothing with her application for 6 months. She kept a log of her increasingly desperate demands for a response. What has stopped this?
I don't know. Whenever we go over to the village, we don't get a response.
When Scott recently went public with her frustrations with the mayor and her team, she said she received an angry phone call from the village administrator and a written response saying her plans were insufficient. She'd have to start over.
Don't want to be in politics, but I was told that when I purchased this huge property that I was automatically in politics. But that's not the goal at all. The goal is to serve the community in a greater capacity.
Oh, there you are.
I filed the lawsuit because I am a victim of retaliation.
As we reported in November, Henyard's administration has been repeatedly accused of targeting political opponents. Just this week,
Okay, I'm back because they're about to repeat the story of the one that already filed the suit, and we got the main point from the first couple minutes. So now we're going to. Can y'all hear me? Y'all, let me know if you can hear me too, because I'm trying to be quick about switching back and forth. This one is January 30th, 2024 as well. Fine dining, first class travel costing taxpayers in South suburbs. So this might go over Vegas a little bit more because as we mentioned, okay, y'all hear me. Thank you. Y'all heard Vegas. Y'all heard the lavishness. I wonder if not here, another person will be speaking about the makeup artist that she had. All right. So fine dining, first class travel costing taxpayers in South suburbs. If you see me start to skip around, they might be repeating a little bit too much for me. So I apologize if it starts sounding kind of disjointed. Okay.
WGN investigates a spending spree in the South suburbs by an unapologetic politician.
Last fall, we detailed some of the expenses billed to taxpayers, and tonight, Ben Bradley's back with new bills and new questions.
Micah and Ray, Tiffany Henyard and her team travel in style. First-class airfare, fine dining, and 5-star hotels. It's in sharp contrast to the communities they represent, which have a per capita income of $29,000 a year, and 20% of the population lives below the poverty level.
I am in the playoffs.
Tiffany Henyard has a taste for travel. There she is, front and center at the White House at a meeting in Las Vegas.
Don't have to call. All right.
Don't check out the meeting.
As we've reported, public meetings frequently devolve into chaos. Municipal bills don't get paid. Several employees have sued, claiming retaliation. And some business owners claim Henyard targets her opponents. Tiffany Henyard's spending and self-promotion are big issues here. Her face is everywhere, from government mailings to billboards. Those signs cost taxpayers more than $22,000.
Oh yeah.
She's also something of a social media star.
God chose me. You may have hired me, but God chose me.
Somebody know something. Don't nobody know nothing.
Leave me alone. I don't think she's fit to be a mayor. I think she really want to be a reality television star.
Nikita Cloud was Tiffany Henyard's chief of staff in Dolton for less than a year. We spoke with her after WGN Investigates first exposed how Henyard and other officials spent thousands of dollars on trips, meals, and more that they've refused to explain. Now, a new batch of records from Thornton Township shows the spending spree hasn't slowed. Credit card charges show that in just 5 months, township taxpayers footed the bill for more than $23,000 in restaurant meals statewide, including this upscale winery chain and this steakhouse near O'Hare. Then there's the travel. Records show township officials spent more than $67,000 on trips to Portland, Austin, Atlanta, and New York City. Many of the flights were first class. So were the accommodations. In Atlanta, they stayed at the Four Seasons, costing taxpayers more than $9,000. In New York, the bill came to $13,000 for a stay in Times Square. Nikita Cloud wasn't on those trips, but has been to many meals with Henyard and her cronies, who she says have no qualms about using public money for private enjoyment.
Over-the-top meals, lobster, crab legs. She liked the good stuff.
And when you were with her at these meals, was government business discussed?
No.
Henyard and her allies have defended the spending, claiming the trips are for conferences or to help recruit new businesses.
Do you know the government purpose of any of that travel?
No, I really don't.
Chris Gonzalez is the last remaining Henyard opponent on the township board.
And what happens when you ask?
Nothing. Really, just no answers. I don't have any comment on that.
Trustee Jerry Jones was on that first-class trip to New York.
They don't have a comment.
Sir, you're a trustee.
But once again, I don't have a comment.
We went to a recent township meeting to get answers.
How you doing?
That's Keith Freeman. He's Henyard's advisor at the township, village administrator in Dolton, and he's also the registered agent of Tiffany Henyard Cares.
But there's no foundation in the state of Illinois moving like we move, shaking, moving like we doing right thing. Right.
Henyard's namesake charity claims to support cancer patients and has benefited from public money, but has failed to file required paperwork showing where any of its money goes. The Illinois Attorney General is now threatening legal action.
How come you don't respond to my emails?
There you go. There you go. There you go. That's all you're getting from me. That's all you're getting from me today.
How come the charity hasn't filed its financial disclosures about how money was spent?
How would I know that? That's a good question, though.
A question we had hoped to pose to Tiffany Henyard, but the township meeting was abruptly canceled 30 minutes after it was scheduled to begin. Henyard was in the house, but went out a back door with Freeman in her wake.
Keith, we'd like to talk to you or Supervisor Henyard about some of the questions. You've been the township assessor for more than 10 years now.
Right.
Would you call this a functional government?
Not totally, no.
Transparent?
Not really.
Are you concerned about how money is being spent?
Yes.
Here's what happened when we questioned Henyard in November.
All right. Any other questions?
So you're not going to answer how taxpayer dollars are being spent? That seems odd.
I just answered it. What do you mean? I just answered it.
Questions and unfortunately not getting answers, but I'm not going to stop.
While Henyard hasn't responded to our detailed questions for weeks, a public relations firm retained by the township emailed yesterday to say many of the meals are for seniors and community events, and the travel builds partnerships and attracts investment. The PR firm, though, offered no details. Tiffany Henyard's township office pays her well over $200,000 a year. She and her allies recently passed a law that says if she's reelected, she'll keep receiving that amount. And if someone new takes over, their pay will shrink to just $25,000 a year, who many say will discourage people from challenging Henyard for her job.
You're not done with this topic.
Yep, we played that story too, where she got locked out of her office. Prosperity Thick Girl. I'm going in chronological order, so hold on. Let me make sure yeah. I played that in chronological order. So we played her whole news story when she got locked out of her office as well. It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, we are in February 6th, 2024. We finally got out of January. February 6, 2024, Dolton's former top cop exposes Mayor Tiffany Henyard's alleged misuse of police detail. Let me see. Okay. Get that audio together.
We needed those officers to be on the street fighting crime. And instead, we have several officers that are riding around protecting the mayor.
The former police chief in South Suburban Dolton is speaking out for the first time to just one station about Mayor Tiffany Henyard's controversial police security detail and how it impacted his ability to fight crime.
Last year, a Fox 32 investigation showed how that detail is taking officers off the street and costing taxpayers thousands of dollars in overtime. Dane Placco continues his investigation, exclusively talking to the former top cop who tried to put a stop to it.
The manpower was just very stressed and critical to the point of almost breaking.
Former Dolton Police Chief Robert Collins spoke to us from Florida, where he's taken a new job after being fired by Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard late last year. But Collins says he remains frustrated by what he experienced leading an undermanned, overworked police department, while Mayor Henyard demanded a large personal security detail.
You know, wrong is wrong, and there's a time to hold people responsible and accountable for their actions.
Last year, a Fox 32 investigation followed Henyard's detail as Dolton police officers drove her from morning till night, often to her second taxpayer-funded job as Thornton Township Supervisor in South Holland. Through an open records request, we found the officers assigned to Henyard racking up hundreds of hours of overtime, costing taxpayers tens of thousands of dollars.
But at some point, there would be 2 officers or 3 officers. And depending on if there was some type of event, it would be more officers.
That's for a town of a little more than 20,000 people that's struggling economically and usually only has a few officers on duty per shift. Collins says Henyard's security detail was warranted when it started in 2021 after a police-involved shooting sparked protests and threats.
And at some point, the protests stopped. However, the detail continued.
And it grew in size and scope. Collins says Henyard frequently uses the officers as her personal valets.
Officers would be sent out to run errands, to do pickups.
And the mayor's detail racked up thousands of dollars in travel expenses, accompanying Henyard on her many trips out of town.
Why do you need a security detail while you're out of town? Who's on the other end of that flight that's going to do harm?
Collins says he became increasingly frustrated because the mayor's detail tied his hands when it came to fighting crime. Just last week, a mass shooting on Sibley Boulevard left 4 people injured. Collins believes the bad guys know there aren't enough cops on Dolton streets.
But Village of Dolton has its challenges with gangs, guns, and drugs. And if those officers aren't there, the visibility isn't there. And if the visibility isn't there, then criminals have free reign.
When we tried to ask Mayor Henyard about her use of the detail last year, we were stopped by Village Administrator Keith Freeman. Mayor, mind if I ask you a couple questions about your security detail?
Absolutely not.
I'm asking her.
Yeah, she said no.
Collins says he got the same cold shoulder when he tried to tell Freeman about the problems the mayor's detail was creating.
And it more or less was, these are the orders. This is what you have to do.
Last week, Collins filed a civil lawsuit against the Village of Dolton for wrongful termination, saying he was fired by the mayor without cause and without board approval because his wife is friends with some of the mayor's perceived political enemies.
And our contention is that it is illegal.
Did he do anything wrong?
No. Chief Collins, any position that he's ever been in is a policeman's policeman. He held the rank of chief, but he's a patrolman at heart.
But it is frustrating to see the officers used like that. I'm sure the officers are frustrated too, but they following orders.
In Dolton, Dane Placco, Fox 32.
Okay, I know they named, that's 2 I remember. There was the lady that filed a wrongful termination. Now there's the former police chief that filed a wrongful termination. But I think they said that, I heard that there were at least 3 against her for wrongful termination, like somewhere I read or heard. Okay, now we are in February. Oh, it's still February 6, 2024. But this is her talking to her critics. Quote, "I'm the leader." That's what she's telling them. So here y'all go. Here she.
WGN Investigates has an update on dysfunction in Dolton, where local leaders are fighting over transparency, spending, and safety. Now the South Suburbs' controversial mayor is firing back, and it all played out at a public meeting last night.
Y'all forget I am the leader. They want to hear from the mayor. If y'all ain't learned that yet, the mayor, not the trustees that don't do nothing, that only run their mouth. Y'all don't do no work.
Tiffany Henyard considers herself something of a crusader, but one who's clearly annoyed by questions from a rebellious group of Dolton trustees who are in a standoff with her over spending.
At the end of the day, vendors are not being paid. Board approved it. The vendors are not being paid.
How about you be a good leader, bring RFPs to the forefront, so not just us, but the residents and everybody else in America know how the money is being spent.
WGN Investigates has cataloged tens of thousands of taxpayer dollars spent on trips, meals, and more by Tiffany Henyard and her allies in Dolton and on the Thornton Township Board, where she's the supervisor. Township credit card records show Henyard and other officials spent more than $67,000 on trips to Portland, Austin, Atlanta, and New York City. The bill came to $13,000.
We do for the people, but we under attack. We getting scrutinized in the media. For what? Loving on the people, showing them that they matter to us. We going through the fires for y'all.
Henyard calls her critics grandstanders who should get in line.
Y'all should be ashamed of y'allself. Y'all black. Y'all are black. And y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
Dolton's difficulties got worse in recent weeks with water main breaks Henyard blames on trustee budget cuts. Then 4 people were shot and injured last week, leaving nerves frayed and Henyard's opponents pointing out her sizable security detail.
It's unfortunate that politics are being played, but what has happened is $1 million out of my budget has been cut because of politics.
We're not saying the police is not doing a good job. What we're saying is you're assigning all of them to be with you when they should be out here protecting the residents so we can all feel safe.
Residents are taking notice. Some spoke for and others against the mayor.
But, you know, we got the mayor here, meeting with the president of the United States. Everyone's seen the picture. That's a big deal. That is great promotion for this city, for this town.
Ladies and gentlemen, be civil. Do things right. Think of the residents. You are here to represent the residents and not yourself.
Henyard and her publicity team no longer respond to our emails seeking an explanation of her spending. As we've reported, she is also the face of a cancer charity that bears her name. One that has failed to file required financial.
Yeah. Okay. We getting there. This not done. It's so crazy how she's like, I'm Black. Y'all should be glad there's a Black person in power. When you come from the struggle, we never understand how you then propel people further into the struggle that look like you. That's why I always come back to, like, don't say that Black thing to me if you're gonna cheat Black people and you're Black. Like, that's even worse because you know the issues. Yeah, how about she should be ashamed of herself? Right. I see y'all's comments, y'all. Okay, let's keep it going. We're in 2024 though. We getting there. This was 3 weeks ago. February 15th, 2024. This is Dolton Mayor facing lawsuit criticism over use of taxpayer dollars. This is only one of her many lawsuits, y'all. We'll be going over some of them on a different live. I won't put y'all through that on this live. All right.
Now developments in South Suburban Dolton. The mayor there is under fire, accused of questionable spending amid concern that the village's bills are not being paid.
The latest developments, Dolton's police cars may be repossessed because of some outstanding loans. Political reporter Marianne Ahern here now with the very latest for us. Marianne.
Alex and Marianne, good afternoon. Yes, Mayor Tiffany Henyard, she has dismissed the questions for months now on how she has spent taxpayer dollars. But adding to the city's troubles, the former police chief is suing the village, saying he was wrongfully terminated.
I am your leader.
At the most recent Dolton Village Board meeting, Mayor Tiffany Henyard berated several members on the Board of Trustees. It's been a months-long battle with various news agencies exposing how Henyard has spent thousands on travel and restaurants while the city's bills are not paid.
I have done a waterman job for city of Dolton. It's been over 4 months and I haven't got paid.
He's not the only one. Now there's concern 6 police cars will be repossessed because the city loans have not been paid. Another 6 cars from the Public Works Department have overdue loans too. Jason Howes is a village trustee.
I've received no less than 10 messages from different vendors. Every time I turn them over to the mayor's office, and it goes on. It really falls on deaf ears.
Other trustees are worried as well about Dolton's finances.
We don't even know how much money is in the bank account at the moment. When the last time they shared the information a few months ago, we were $7 million in debt.
It is on the back of the mayor. We are the legislative body. She wants us to do our job because she's saying we don't never do our job. Our job is to make sure that the finances is in order, and she's not allowing us to do our job.
The town has paid for billboards to promote the mayor, who actually holds 2 political posts, making close to $300,000 a year. She's also the Thornton Township supervisor. The town has hired a public relations firm to handle questions during this crisis.
Public relations will get paid. A trip to first-class flights to New York and to Las Vegas get paid. But when it comes to things that the town really needs, we're left in the dark and getting people calling and getting no response.
We, of course, reached out to the Dolton mayor's team. They asked us to send them our questions ahead of time. They have not replied. Published reports say the Attorney General has ordered the mayor to release her spending records. We are waiting and, of course, asked for those as well. Marianne?
Thanks so much, Marianne. Okay, so prosperity. Look, I saw it from a big channel, and I think now I don't be over there looking at counting nobody's numbers, but we we over here all small channels over here. I saw this because of Nate the lawyer. He got a huge channel. Somebody else said they heard about her because of the Pocket Watcher and some of those other big channels. Look, we all over here just sharing the information and talking about it in our own little voices. Okay. Yeah. Well, you know, the law takes forever when you're trying to start holding people accountable. But somebody else asked about how she keeps getting, I think, like reelected or something, but she isn't. This was her first time in her first term. Yeah, embarrassing. Not -0.000 balance. Swamp Talk. I almost thought that was Sheila. I said, let me get my timeout seat. Okay. All right. So we did February 15th, 2024. Now we have, also February 15th, 2024. Failure of payment could lead to Dolton police vehicles repossession. So this is not the one where she got the license plates repossessed because she was using those basically illegally. This is now the actual Dolton police vehicles could be repossessed because they're not paying their $76,000 bill. So that's what this one is. Okay.
More financial turmoil in South Suburban Dolton after a bank says the village failed to make a massive payment.
Yeah, the threat now, tow trucks could be arriving soon to repossess some village vehicles. And WGN's Courtney Spinelli is joining us live from Dolton with the latest. Courtney?
Micah and Ray, some of those vehicles being threatened with repossession include Village of Dolton police cruisers and accessories that the village financed back in 2019, much like the one right behind me. Tonight, some Village of Dolton trustees and their legislative council are calling for answers and accountability.
There's no accountability.
In yet another shock to Village of Dolton trustees, a letter falling on their desks dated February 14th. Representatives from Kansas State Bank threatening to repossess 13 village vehicles, saying more than $76,000 is overdue and climbing.
The Board of Trustees approved payment in May of 2023.
But where that loan payment went that was due 9 months ago is anyone's guess. Lawyers for the bank now warning the village, pay up or be ready for repossession agents to take the vehicles, which include 6 police cruisers.
Well, the consequences initially are life-threatening.
A fear for public safety if means to respond to calls and emergencies is hindered. 7 other vehicles also facing repossession include 6 public works cars.
She can blame whoever she wants, but the board did their job back in May and authorized payment. She's blocking payment.
Legislative counsel for the Board of Trustees, Bert Odelson, is talking about Dolton's self-proclaimed super mayor, Tiffany Henyard.
None of them do the things that we do here.
As unpaid bills by the village have come to light, WGN Investigates has uncovered exorbitant spending on lavish trips and experiences by Henyard and her allies, including a trip to Vegas that cost more than $12,000 the same month the loan payment was due.
I have never, ever seen the abuse that this mayor is laying on the feet of her citizens, ever.
Village of Dolton trustees going head-to-head with Henyard at meetings, calling for transparency so residents know where taxpayer dollars are going.
We need receipts to understand what's going on.
They're in charge of overseeing finances, but say the mayor has restricted them from access to those, leaving them mostly in the dark. On top of that, several trustees telling WGN Thursday they're now hearing from vendors that say they were hired for work and never paid, more expenses the board was not aware of.
They have no idea what she's doing with the money.
And no clear answer whether agents will start taking village vehicles as collateral for the unpaid bill. WGN reached out to a contact in the letter to the village who declined to comment.
They're coming. It's just a matter of time.
Not the actual police vehicles that the police need at risk of repo. It's too much. Okay, now here we get to the FBI probe, because I know y'all kept mentioning the FBI. I told you I got to go in chronological order. So this is February 20th, 2024. FBI probes misconduct allegations against Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard. All right. There was something else I was gonna say, but every time I come off mute, or not mute, but my turn my sound back up, I forget what I was gonna tell y'all. Chef Don said, "Girl, I'm sorry, I'm hollering. I shouldn't be." No, Chef, I'm sorry. I have been cracking up over here. Like, it's bad. Like, in real life, it's bad, but she also is like, I'm laughing at her. I do not. First, that's what I want to say, Chef. You reminded me. I want to say thank you to the people that's still trying to keep their foot on her neck and keep it in the light. That's actually having to directly work with her as a nightmare. Y'all are the true MVPs because I could not deal with. I'd be out of there. So, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Shout out, because I see the one black woman. She every time she's one of the main ones being interviewed, and the other one that was staying on her neck in the meetings. Y'all other trustees, the ones that's trying to do right. I pray for y'all because this stuff can get exhausting. Actually having to live that life. But Chef, if I ain't been out here laughing, I'd be lying to you. Finally on the FBI probe, Angela. All right, so let me get that going for you.
Fox 32 has information indicating the FBI has launched an investigation into controversial Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
Dane Placco has been following allegations of her misspending and joins us now with an update. Dane.
Yeah, we've been reporting for nearly 2 years on allegations of corruption surrounding Henyard in her capacity as Dolton mayor and Thornton Township supervisor. And now we've learned from multiple sources that federal agents are in fact interviewing witnesses as part of a possible investigation that may or may not result in charges. Did the FBI agents you talked to seem serious about
very serious
concerns?
Very, very serious. Very.
Lawrence Gardner owns a U-Haul rental and trucking business in South Suburban Dolton and says he went to the FBI several months ago, frustrated that the village of Dolton would not renew his business license. Gardner says he's been harassed and his business raided and shut down by Dolton police. He believes because he refused to make a donation to a civic event sponsored by Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
And I talked to a couple of agents and I explained them what was going on. I gave them all my paperwork to show them what was happening in court and what was happening in Dolton. And they told me they was investigating and they would be in touch with me.
Gardner is one of 6 people who confirmed to Fox 32 that they've been interviewed by the FBI, ranging from Dolton business owners to a former village employee and at least one public official. And we've learned the FBI has been using electronic surveillance as part of its investigation. Agents are asking questions about Henyard's alleged use of taxpayer dollars and resource dollars for personal benefit, and holding up licenses to certain businesses like this Dolton restaurant.
I've heard rumors that say, hey, I'm on the wrong team.
Dwayne Wood has been trying to renew the business license for his restaurant for nearly a year. While he has not talked to the FBI, he believes he can't get approved because he's provided catering to several Dolton trustees who are engaged in a political fight with Henyard.
I think I've been just targeted because of my affiliation with a certain group of people. You know, I had the trustees. I've cooked for the trustees.
And in a lawsuit filed by a Dolton towing company, the owner alleges their business license has been held up because, quote, George's Towing's refusal to support or contribute to Henyard's political campaign. In a statement, Dolton trustee Jason House reacted to the news of the FBI's involvement. We welcome any investigation that will bring transparency on how taxpayer dollars are being spent. Our residents deserve this level of financial transparency. We reached out to the FBI, which said it is policy for the agency not to comment on the nature, existence, or non-existence of any investigation that may be occurring. A public relations firm responded on behalf of the mayor, saying neither Henyard or the village of Dolton have received any subpoenas or been contacted by the FBI or any other law enforcement agency.
Oh, they coming. They ain't contacted you yet because they ain't contacted you yet. They investigating. That don't mean anything. And yes, they are not going to be commenting to people about what they investigating. When it come out for the public record, that's when it come out. All right, here's another one. This woman that says, why are they going against a black woman that she's over here making black businesses suffer? Says, so this story says Dolton bars shut down after Fox 32 reported on Mayor Tiffany Henyard. I'm assuming it's a black bar, by the way. I don't even know if it's black owned just yet, but the other businesses that we saw were black owned. Just despicable. All right. So, oh yeah, here we go, y'all. Let me get my sound ready. Sorry, I got caught up in the comments for a second. Hold on, here we go.
Someone seen you go in there
And then 2 hours after your story airs, that police are at both of these establishments.
More controversy in South suburban Dolton. Two popular bars shut down by police just hours after the owners talked to Fox 32. A village trustee also says it's because they're not financially supporting Dolton's mayor, Tiffany Henyard.
Here's Dean Blaque with the latest on the corruption investigation.
Is it coincidence or retaliation? Both of the Dolton bars that were raided and shut down last night, we visited the day before as part of our ongoing investigation into allegations of political corruption in Dolton.
They just rushed in here, put police at the front of the door like they was doing a raid on the drug house or something.
A team of Dolton police officers raided and shut down Pablo's Bar and Cafe and Rinky's Bar and Cafe, both located on Sibley, about a block apart.
Everything going peacefully. Nothing going on. It's like 10 police cars came in and they start pushing customers from here. And he said, if you don't leave, we're going to lock you up.
Employees and owners say it's part of an ongoing campaign of harassment by Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard that is costing jobs and money. Their business licenses have been stripped by Dolton, but they've continued to operate with a state license.
I have like over 23 employees. They work from the local township. Now, end of the day, all the employees, they're going to lose their job.
It's ridiculous. We all have mouths to feed. We all have kids. They're not giving us no explanation.
On Monday, we visited both Rinky's and Pablo's to ask about allegations their licenses were being held up for political reasons. Then last evening, we broke the story that FBI agents have questioned at least a half dozen people, including business owners, a former Dolton employee, and an elected official as part of an investigation into Mayor Henyard. Less than 2 hours after our story aired, police raided the two bars.
Someone seen you go in there. And then 2 hours after your story airs, that police are at both of these establishments.
Dolton trustee Tammy Brown says she believes the raids are meant to send a warning to others not to talk. And she believes there's a reason so many Dolton businesses are having trouble getting their licenses renewed.
I'm sure that they were asked to donate, make a donation, and most likely they didn't make a donation. So you don't get a chance to stay open if you don't pay the Queen's ransom.
Now, tomorrow evening, there will be a special public meeting of the trustees opposed to the mayor.
All right, let's keep it moving. I put it up there. That was February 22nd, 2024, I think is what I said. February 21st, February 22nd. Okay, this is 9 days ago, March 4th, 2024. Dolton residents voiced frustrations with Mayor Tiffany Henyard as she faces corruption accusations. This was only a minute. This was really short.
A tense meeting in Dolton tonight as residents voiced their frustrations with the mayor and recent allegations against her. Mayor Tiffany Henyard is accused of using village money for personal reasons as Dolton's unpaid bills have piled up. Some village trustees are calling for a federal investigation into her dealings. Henyard has denied the allegations, but tonight residents calling out the mayor.
We don't need anything else saying that what you're claiming to do for the village. We need accountability. We need information on the finances.
I'm asking that you either step down or the trustees for the village of Dolton that voted you in to vote you out.
So after those public comments, Henyard responded, calling the accusations false.
It's facts over fiction for me. So I will state facts, I will show receipts, and I will make sure that our community is back together as one. It amazed me how people can get together and come to a board meeting and just have hate in their heart and not love on each other.
Okay, couple observations. First of all, y'all, she hydrated a wig. Her wig is looking different. That money must have really kicked in these last couple of months because that wig looked actually hydrated, y'all. It's the same style, like she just upgraded a little bit. Also, Tiffany looked like she been eating good because that ain't the same weight she started with. Like Tiffany looked like she been eating well. Tahoe Tiff is hilarious. Swamp Talk with Louisiana Chick. Shout out to the content creators that are in here that I may have not said, but Prosperity Thick Girl, Swamp Talk with Louisiana Chick 318, Caramel Rail. I know I called out the other ones earlier, but Journey to Jasmine, 41 Fit is in here. How I See You TV, I saw you. Wagwan. Okay, so, and the residents that are standing up for their town, shout out to y'all. I see it's mostly, well, they highlighting women. So I don't know if it's mostly women. It usually is. But shout out to y'all. It's tiring. It's very tiring. All right. This is another one. Bills go unpaid as vendors are caught in Dolton's dysfunction. Okay. And this was also this month. This is this month, March, around March 9th-ish.
WGN investigates. Caught in the middle of dysfunction in Dolton. We've been reporting on questionable spending by the suburb's leader.
Another story of those impacted by the political paralysis fueled by mismanagement and mistrust. Here's investigative reporter Ben Bradley.
Hey guys, this is Mayor Tiffany Henyard, the people's mayor. We are out here throughout the community and we are taking care of the business of the people.
On this day, the people's business was tree trimming.
Right now, your prayers have been answered. We are cutting and trimming trees.
Mayor Tiffany Henyard isn't shy about promoting herself or her work. But WGN Investigates found there are often payment problems for Henyard's pet projects. The village owed more than $30,000 for this skating rink and didn't pay until a lawyer sent a threatening letter. Records show a company that repaved Dolton streets in 2022 sent bills for more than a year on a $378,000 balance. With interest, the bill has now grown to more than $427,000. Last month, a bank threatened to repossess more than a dozen village vehicles, including police cars, because lease payments were missed. After our reporting, the village sent a check.
We're going to start the special board meeting of the trustees.
Henyard's opponents on the village board say the mayor refuses to provide records to prove expenses are legit, and some bills they've approved don't get paid.
We know one thing, the finances aren't good. But specifically where we're at, we're still left in the dark.
We have vendors calling us every day for non-payment. A lot of these vendors we don't even know are doing the work.
As WGN Investigates has reported, taxpayer money hasn't stopped flowing to fund Henyard's security detail, meals at pricey restaurants, even first-class travel. Henyard is not only the mayor of Dolton, she's also the supervisor of Thornton Township. Records show she and her entourage have billed taxpayers for tens of thousands of dollars for unexplained trips and stays at high-end hotels, including the Four Seasons.
I do not handle anything as relates to with credit cards. As you heard me speak today in my board meeting about, I do not handle that.
Some of those charges are for you, though. Be to promote it.
We had a little storm last night and some trees fell down. This tree fell on this person's car.
While blaming trustees for failing to pay for it.
I wanted to bring to your attention last night's board meeting that the Board of Trustees voted not to pay tree companies that is servicing our area. Despite what people may think or may know is they still showed up today to work and they're helping the residents get back on their feet, cutting down their trees.
They never give a reason why. We're not going to pay you.
The tree trimming company's owner says he does work for several suburbs, but the dysfunction in Dolton is unique and costly to taxpayers.
With all the compounding interest, their balance as of this coming money is going to be $401,380.73 in rolling.
Trustees opposed to Mayor Henyard say the tree trimming operation is a prime example of their frustration. They say Henyard made her own deal for the work, didn't consult with trustees ahead of time, there was no contract, and the $400,000 amount far exceeds the budget, and that's why they won't pay it. We asked the village of Dolton for comment as well as a list of past due payments, but have not received a response. Ben Bradley, WGN Investigates.
Oh, child, she ain't paid the people. ABK has said, that's why I'm glad I kept her comment, because ABK said she actually, because she was, local to there, she said she actually called her office about concrete. They had her on hold for 2 hours, and then we see the news story about concrete. Man, and I know it might be the same part for the concrete, but that's just still crazy because ABK has said that about an hour ago in this live. That's crazy. Uppity, my cerebral sis, my unisis, Uppity Unicorn is also in here, part of the Mod Squad, and she's also a content creator. All right. So where are we? We are 8 days ago, March 5th, 2024. Y'all, let me read this title and understand this title when I read it to you. She vetoes the investigation into herself. Now, she ain't vetoed, not the FBI investigation, but I think this is like possibly how the trustees were supposed to investigate her. The story will go into it. It's only 59 seconds. But she vetoed the investigation into herself. I need you to understand that is exactly what this title says. I'm telling you, the audacity is crazy.
Dolton's controversial mayor, Tiffany Henyard, is resisting calls to look into her spending. At a village board meeting Monday night, the Dolton mayor vetoed a resolution passed by the board to investigate her spending. Last month, the board passed a resolution that required Henyard to turn in the village's financial records and called for an investigation by the FBI. Now, several Fox 32 reports have uncovered multiple allegations of corruption in her capacity as mayor and as Thornton Township supervisor. The mayor took issue with what she called attacks on her.
As you can see, our village, our community, myself, we are under attack. It's a shame that people can come to meetings and just tell one-sided stories and not get the entire side of both stories.
The Daily Southtown reports the trustees can vote to override the mayor's veto next month. And we have confirmed the FBI is questioning people as part of an ongoing investigation into Henyard.
Just to make sure y'all know, because I know people like progress reports. We almost done. We in March. We're in this month. This was 3 days ago, okay? It says the Dolton food pantry leader embroiled in battle with village over renovation and expansion project. So this is 3 days ago, okay? We are almost up to today's report. And then y'all know we got Melody Cherie, Mama Van. Woo, we got some things to talk about. Queen Shiba kept dropping things yesterday. Dyana Rozay dropped some things yesterday. Okay, so we almost done. March 11th, 2024.
The misuse of funds is among the many allegations discussed in South Suburban Dolton today. Residents got a chance to tell village trustees what their concerns are, including a multi-million-dollar deficit and multiple lawsuits the village is facing. NBC5's V. Wen has the story.
Dozens of Dolton residents filled this room at Lester Long facility Saturday morning for an event with the trustees. The special guest speaker, Dr. Nicole Scott.
We just got to keep pushing forward.
She's the founder of American Association of Single Parents and says she's been running into problems with the village over plans to renovate her property downtown and to expand their food pantry, Free Indeed Market.
Last year alone, we served over 20,000 individuals, and we need to expand, and they will not allow us to do that.
Since last July, she's been trying to get approval for permits and licensing from the village with no movement, she says, and now believes Mayor Tiffany Henyard and her administration may have special interest in her property.
I think their goal and hope is to take the property from us, to get it through eminent domain.
NBC5 reached out to the village of Dolton asking about Scott's specific case. The village administrator telling us in a statement, quote, "We are deeply disturbed by Dr. Nicole Scott's false allegations. She has not fulfilled the requirements in order to secure permits by the village of Dolton under the village code." He goes on to cite property tax issues and says the property has also failed multiple inspections.
What they're saying is not true. It took them 6 months to tell me that the things that I submitted were not sufficient. And I think that is a stall. That is them trying to, wait me out.
This comes amid allegations from residents and trustees over Henyard's misuse of public funds, lavish spending, and mispayments to vendors. Several trustees telling NBC5 the village faces a growing $7 million deficit and multiple lawsuits. Some residents voiced their frustrations and concerns over the current administration.
Guys, we need to take the heart and put it back in Dolton.
Not only is it not entertaining, it is an injustice to the people here. No, we need to take our village back.
Meanwhile, Dr. Nicole Scott says she is trying to raise money to hire an attorney to take her fight against the village to court. Reporting in Dolton, V1 NBC5 News.
Okay. Oh, 41 Fit, you gonna stay in timeout. Don't even worry about it. Keep them fish plates coming. You and Sheila will never be out of timeout. I promise you. The way y'all be cutting up, nah, y'all staying in timeout. Okay. Shout out again to the Dolton residents. Y'all, the Dolton residents and the trustees that have been trying to hold that woman accountable. Shout out to them. Simone said Illinois has the highest number of elected officials who go to prison. 2 governors have gone to prison. Something is just in the water. Something's in the water, I'm just saying. And I see Danny said this, not they hired Marceau. I'm so done with you. Danny, if I ain't got you a timeout seat, you getting in there. We're gonna get you one as soon as I update the graphic one day, because it be a lot of stuff going on. 41 Fit, no, she's not gonna call you her sweet sis no more. Okay. Danny, just get ready to join her. All right, so we are on March 7th, 2024. Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard. This is one of those lawsuits I will go over with y'all, and the FBI investigation and stuff, depending on how they release it and how I can see it, we'll look into those too. But this it says the Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard sued by church for alleged discrimination. I'm like, not the church too, girl. All right, here you go.
Mayor Tiffany Henyard is facing a federal lawsuit, accusing her of discriminating against the church. Redeemed Christian Church of God Resurrection Power Assembly alleges the mayor and the village failed to apply Dolton's zoning code by preventing the church from renovating the building it purchased. The pastor said the church needed more space because attendance has gone up. That church has operated in Dolton for the past 10 years. We're waiting for a response to the lawsuit from the village.
See, that one was quick, but we're gonna go over that lawsuit in a separate live. I was trying to fill y'all out about Tiffany to see how it was, and y'all, yeah, we will be going over that church lawsuit. Don't even worry about it. She said, yep, the church. She's an equal opportunity scanner. Danny said, you better not be driving, Jasmine. Was it white hair shirt? No. Oh man, yep, they effing up the church's money, Miss Island Duncan. Okay, we are okay, y'all. We're in March. Okay, we're on 2 days ago, March 11th, 2024. Disturbing allegations made against Dolton Mayor and the elected village trustee. So this is being played because, of course, y'all know her allegations, but this came back up, I believe, because of the trustee that they're talking about in this one. And okay, let me sound.
Right to those disturbing allegations against the mayor of Dolton and an
Sorry, y'all. Because we might be getting up to a trigger warning about possibly, I think we're getting there. Trigger warning. In here, something is about SCX asphalt and possibly RAPE. So trigger warning as we get closer, because I don't know how in depth they go. I don't know exactly what they say. So yes, I just need to make sure, because now I'm not trying to catch y'all off guard. All right, here you go.
unnamed village trustee. We've learned the Illinois Department of Human Rights is investigating complaints of sexual harassment and retaliation. NBC5's Regina Waldrop has been poring over the documents in the case, and you're here now with what they reveal. Regina?
Stephen Marion, a few days ago, NBC5 obtained complaints filed with the Department of Human Rights through a Freedom of Information request. Now, they're filed against Mayor Tiffany Henyard and the village of Dolton and Thornton Township. A former female employee who was Henyard's assistant alleges retaliation, sexual harassment, and discrimination after she raised concerns about an apparent non-consensual sexual encounter between her and an unnamed village trustee. The Dolton police officer says in a separate complaint filed with the Department of Human Rights that he also faced retaliatory actions for coming forward with what he witnessed. The incident allegedly occurred during an economic development trip to Las Vegas last May. On that trip, Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard and a handful of village representatives, including her former assistant who filed this complaint with the Illinois Department of Human Rights, and 2 village trustees. We're not naming the woman because NBC5 does not name people who possibly were a victim of an unwanted sexual encounter. According to her complaint, the woman says she went to dinner with an unnamed Dolton trustee. The complaint then recounts the following events. After dinner, she says she started to feel disoriented, extremely lightheaded, as if the ground was moving. She says she blacked out. According to the complaint, the next morning, she woke up in the trustee's hotel room with no memory of how she got there, experiencing physical discomfort. She says after returning to Dolton, Officer Byron Miles, who was part of Henyard's security detail and went on the trip to Vegas, told her a trustee on the trip told him that the trustee had unprotected sex with her. Officer Miles has also filed a complaint with the Human Rights Department. The woman states in her complaint that after she was told this, she went immediately to seek medical care. Both complaints then provide details of a meeting which took place the following day with the former assistant, Officer Miles, and Mayor Henyard. At this meeting, the woman informed Henyard that she would never willingly have sex with the trustee. Officer Miles informed Henyard and the woman that the trustee called him that night in Vegas. The trustee, he says, then bragged about the sexual activities he engaged in with the woman, Miles' complaint says, suggesting that she may have not had the ability to consent or did not provide consent. According to the complaint, Officer Miles recorded some of this conversation on his iPhone. According to the complaints, the mayor said that if this information became public, she would be ruined, that all the work she'd done would be lost. The ex-employee says the mayor told her she would take care of it and to trust her. Days later, according to her complaint, the woman was put on unpaid medical leave, though she says she did not request to be put on leave. She was later terminated. In his complaint, Officer Miles alleges that he was demoted to patrol duty, among other retaliation, for coming forward as a witness. They're asking for back pay, front pay, punitive damages, and attorney's fees. In a statement to NBC5, the village says it conducted a thorough investigation into these allegations, led by an independent third-party company. The statement goes on to say former police officer Miles was interviewed and denied knowing anything about these allegations, and the alleged victim refused to cooperate. The statement continues, this is nothing more than two disgruntled village employees trying to make off with taxpayers' hard-earned dollars. The village looks forward to defending these allegations and pursuing all other available remedies to the village. So the attorney who represents both the woman and Officer Miles says Officer Miles is, in fact, still employed with the Dolton Police Department. He also told us a criminal complaint on behalf of Mayor Henyard's ex-assistant is imminent. Now, coming up at 10, we talked to 3 village trustees about the Department of Human Rights investigation.
Okay, that one's okay. I did not see, this is first reaction for me too. I did not get to see this beforehand. So I'm so glad, because I started seeing some things come up about it and I was like, it might hit one of the things I've put up here. So I'm gonna still say trigger warning up until the end of this, because this leads up until today, and those are brand new allegations against her. So this one, I don't know if it's gonna include anything about what we just saw in that one, but this one was from yesterday, or well, it says 1 day ago, so it might have been 2 days ago. So March 12th, 2024, 2 days ago. This one says drama in Dolton. Latest details as several trustees called on the mayor to resign. So they might reference that because that's just added onto the pile of things that's going on. Okay. Now I might skip ahead on this one because this one's the longest of the ones I've had planned. So if you see me skip ahead, I'm just trying to make sure I don't bore y'all on accident or anything. But all right. Hold on, let me change the audio.
Showdown in a South suburban community. Residents and trustees in Dolton passed a resolution calling for an investigation into the mayor's administration and spending. But the mayor vetoed that resolution. NBC5's Christian Farr has a reaction from Dolton and a look at what happens next.
We can always expect for the administration to use a lot of smoke and mirrors.
Dolton trustee Brittany Norwood says she and a majority of her fellow village trustees will not stop in their fight to save the village. For the past several months, Norwood says certain trustees have been prevented from seeing Dolton's financial statements.
Calling for an investigation of Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
Which is why last month those trustees passed that resolution during a special meeting where Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard was not in attendance.
We feel that it's extremely important to have the authorities come in and force this administration to provide us with the information needed so that we can provide it to the residents regarding how the money is being spent.
I must let the public know that the actions of the board are illegal.
Yesterday, during a regular scheduled board meeting, Mayor Henyard vetoed that resolution and before doing it, listed all the good things her administration has done for the residents of Dolton.
We help pay your light bill, gas bill, water bill. We even help you bury loved ones. We even did a mortgage and rental assistance, which was really, really dope.
But when they still had access to Dolton's financial statements, Trustee Norwood says the village was $7 million in debt and suspects that number has grown since then. Trustee Norwood says some vendors have been coming to them to figure out how to get paid. And the latest bill came from a vendor contracted to make posters.
The mayor plans to poster around town with her picture on it with cute sayings. And we're saying, hey, how can we afford this if we're in a deficit?
Trustee Norwood and the other trustees who supported that investigation hope to override the veto by their next board meeting on April 1st.
The misuse of funds is among the many allegations discussed in South Suburban Dolton today. Residents got a chance to tell village trustees what their concerns are, including a multi-million-dollar deficit and multiple lawsuits the village is facing. NBC5's V. Went has the story.
Dozens of Dolton residents filled this room at Lester Long facility Saturday morning for an event with the trustees, the special guest speaker, Dr. Nicole Scott.
We just got to keep pushing forward.
She's the founder of American Association of Single Parents and says she's been running into problems with the village over plans to renovate her property downtown and to expand their food pantry, Free Indeed Market.
Last year alone, we served over 20,000 individuals, and we need to expand, and they will not allow us to do that.
Since last July, she's been trying to get approval for permits and licensing from the village with no movement, she says, and now believes Mayor Tiffany Henyard and her administration may have special interest in her property.
I think their goal and hope is to take the property from us, to get it through eminent domain.
NBC5 reached out to the village of Dolton asking about Scott's specific case. The village administrator telling us in a statement, quote, "We are deeply disturbed by Dr. Nicole Scott's false allegations. She has not fulfilled the requirements in order to secure permits by the village of Dolton under the village code." He goes on to cite property tax issues and says the property has also failed multiple inspections.
What they're saying is not true. It took them 6 months to tell me that the things that I submitted were not sufficient. And I think that is a stall. That is them trying to, wait me out.
This comes amid allegations from residents and trustees over Henyard's misuse of public funds, lavish spending, and mispayments to vendors. Several trustees telling NBC5 the village faces a growing $7 million deficit and
Okay, I looked ahead. They're covering what we've covered already since I've been live, so I'm not gonna make y'all have to re-listen to that. But as you see, because the title was several trustees calling the mayor to resign, and y'all see the reasons why. Prosperity, I don't know if the news clips covered it, but there is someone that she has on payroll or had on payroll. And yes, y'all can read Prosperity's statement about him, and he was doing home inspections or something. He had access to people's homes. She is horrible, despicable. Like this woman, and he's convicted, not just like, it wasn't just accused, he was convicted for it. Yes, they're running him up. Where's my rolling tray? Mind y'all business, Sheila. Yes, it's too much. It's too much. No, I'm talking about the ones I have in mind, Prosperity. Not saying that the news covered. I'm saying the stuff that I have pre-set up to make sure I stayed on track. Not the news, because I wouldn't have known about it unless somebody covered it. But I just don't know if I have it up here for my particular things. But I appreciate it though. But yeah, that is disturbing. It's very disturbing. Okay, this is her ex-assistant we're about to listen to. She's going to talk about a few things, including her glam, like her makeup glam. But this is, I think this is the ex-assistant that might have been fired. Might be another wrongful termination. But we'll watch it together and see what she says. Here we go.
20 years. I was let go shortly after she was appointed, within a couple weeks. And I've just kind of been sitting back and watching since then. And, I kind of just been pointing out the things that I see in my experience and what I know from how township government runs and how tax funds are collected and spent. I've just kind of been paying attention and, pointing out the things I notice, which, has really caused quite the chaos. But I feel like it's the right thing to do. I don't know that anybody should be able to come in here and spend money the way that this is happening. So my first interaction with her was probably around 2012. The previous supervisor also held a seat as the Thornton Township committeeman. In that role, we volunteered in a lot of local elections. One of those elections was her election as the Dolton trustee, which I believe she won in 2013. That was my first interaction with her. It really wasn't great. To be quite honest, she was even then a very self-serving person. As an organization, you know, when you support a ticket, you support a team. And that team typically puts in equal parts of work. That wasn't the case with her. She only worked when it was for her. It was aggressive. There were a lot of people, a lot of police officers, a lot of security, people just bombarding in your offices. She didn't trust me. I wasn't part of her team. Those were her words, and understandable. It wasn't a surprise to me that I was let go. It was a surprise to me that she shattered everything else, because you had a well-oiled machine. The township services were self-running because the people there knew what they were doing. But you eliminated all of that, and the community is suffering because of it. Narcissistic. I mean, I've met people in my life that have characteristics of being a narcissist, but
All right. I just like the hard facts. I don't, I mean, we already given our opinion, and she is not, she is not of our ethnicity, and I'm only going to give her so much. So let me go to the next person. We got the gist of it, though. All right. Because the spending is what we were talking about for me. Okay. All right. This is the last 6 hours ago now or so. Maybe it was more, but this was today. So we're on the last story. This is from today. Tiffany Henyard hit with 3 wrongful termination lawsuits. So we got the FBI. There was one about the Attorney General investigating her. In case y'all were wondering, why did the Attorney General not get involved? They did. We got the wrongful termination lawsuits. We got the church suing her. And then, of course, y'all saw the other news stories reference other times she was named in some type of lawsuit. And to answer your question, Miss Island Duncan, I believe they're a convicted felon. The one that had that was convicted of the things involving a minor. I thought I saw a convicted felon. Okay. Oops. Let me change the audio. This is the last one for Tiffany.
This morning, 3 lawsuits just announced against controversial suburban Mayor Tiffany Henyard. The plaintiffs, they are all former employees of Thornton Township and the village of Dolton. They are all alleging wrongful termination. They include a former HR manager, a public works administrative assistant, and the buildings department director. Their allegations include retaliation and firings over things that they refused to do for Henyard, like punishing business owners who did not support her, suppressing FOIA requests, and also the requests, they say, to dig up dirt on other employees. An attorney for the women says that there are several other similar lawsuits right now in the works.
So she has more pending. So y'all, for the big portion, we have caught up on Mayor Tiffany Henyard. Ooh, y'all. Sorry, y'all. Don't, please, no other politics in here, because I kind of can't for not just my mental peace, but also because of some other things professionally. So please do not bring other politics in here. I picked her very specifically, and the fact that it was a township and things that I was like, okay, I can kind of maybe do this one, but please keep the other stuff out of this chat. I support my people that will talk about it, but for one, I'm not about to be ran ragged with the politics in general, because I remember, I ain't gonna go there because even then it'll still start a conversation, but it's not that I may disagree, it's that I just don't want to do it. It's too much. It just becomes too much. I appreciate it. I see you. Thank you. I see you. I don't even want to call you out because I ain't trying to call you out. So I'm just gonna say thank you. I see you. Because it's not to call you out, I promise. Okay. Okay, so let's get to Queen Shiba's news, and Mila Chun pulling up the screenshot for us. So shout out to Mila Chun, who is a content creator. She pulled up the Google, and so Queen Shiba last night in her live, go watch Queen Shiba's live. She said she actually had visited Huntsville a few days ago, and Blaque was not open. Blaque was not open. So right now, Google, the way it's pulling up, is temporarily closed. As you can see, it's Blaque Cigar Lounge. It's the one in Huntsville, Alabama. Many questions. So many questions. I don't have to have the breaking news. So I'm gonna see if it comes across for me. Naturally, we're gonna talk about it. If I don't see it yet, and I come with y'all with the old part of it, that's cool. I've been really trying to like not be insecure about not being first, because one, being first sometimes is too much. And then depending on the information, it's like, dang, I should have just waited, because it would have gotten more like, so I'm trying to make careful choices. But I had a good giggle on Queen Shiba's live last night. Oh my gosh. Let's play. Oh, can I play the sound? What's the sound? Oh, I can play it because yeah. Let me pull it up. Danny created the best meme. She created it a while ago for something else, and it just keeps applying, and it's hilarious. So let's go to your Instagram, Danny, so because this is exactly how I be feeling. This is it. Her Instagram is as told by Danny. I can't deal with you. Let me get it pulled up because it's not music, so I can play it. Hold on. Here you go. Let me make sure the sound's on. All right. Oops. Jesus. My mouse is just clicking everywhere. All right. What it says is POV, me watching everyone who went against Melody Cherie crumble one by one. And I reposted it, and it said, I put between Blaque being closed down, and I don't know for how long, and Chaotic King show Mediocre and Messy being canceled. This is so me right now. April said, Trinity, you took me out when you were laughing. April, it came from my soul. It came from my soul. Listen, y'all. Oh, let me just turn it up because it's not going to be through that thing. Oh, here we go. Can you hear the laughing? It's one of those good laughs where you can't even breathe. Dre XO said maybe it's close to refurbishment. Right. I have some, oh my gosh, I have some guesses, and I can't wait to find out. Even if it's just temporary, I don't care. I don't care. It will not take my laugh away. Your laugh was everything. I think it's better to wait for the facts to come in. Well, here's the thing, Pacino Rules, and this is what I said when I first started my channel too. We give commentary. We don't always, we comment on what we know now. And my thing is try not to state it as fact if I don't know it's fact. But I'm going to give my opinion as some things come out. But I don't want to be out here like, oh, I don't know how to put it. Because some stuff I bring to y'all and it be kind of hot. But a lot of stuff I'm like, let me just be lukewarm, because I'm going to speak more on opinion than fact a lot of times myself. And I just don't want to ever accidentally get into this thing of, I don't want to accidentally get caught up in criticizing my peers on something that's very common and normal. And then I'm also doing it, so then that would be hypocritical anyway. So I'm just saying that, how can I put it? I'm a lot of opinion, and sometimes I wait on some things so then we can speak on the black and white. I guess that's the best way to put it. It's too funny. Oh, it might be a liquor license. Okay, Sister Zakia, thank you very much. We only want to hear so much, right? Right. You said Rent Center came and got the appliances. Uppity said, I bet Blaque was in violation of every rule a food establishment is supposed to follow. I think so too, because it just attributes to their laziness. So it could be monetary, it could be laziness, it could be just some kind of not having accountability. Rose said, Trinity, you laughed so loud I was falling out. I heard it from your soul. And then, y'all, tell me, is Queen Shiba, when she plays that laugh, is that her laugh she recorded of herself, or is that somebody else's laugh? Because whoever's laugh I'm listening to when she hits that play button on that laugh, it is contagious. And I've been keep meaning to ask her, is that her recording her laugh from a different time? I don't know, but I love it. Whoever's it is. For some reason, when I hear Black Lounge, I see Tiffany in that bad wig. I heard that it was, girl, Patricia, I hope not. I ain't never trying to laugh at nobody unalive, and I hope not. Super Mayor Tiffany. Oh, hey, hold on. What did your name used to be? Because your name was not Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard. It could have been. need to know. Hey, Blue Devil Bay. They just opened it right before Love Mary Huntsville came on the show. They had a 6-year run. They are notorious for not having valid licenses too. Thank you, Bonnie. Super Mayor's in the chat, y'all. I love it. It's right up there with like Marcel's Tatas, Tawana, Oppressing Women's Network, OWN. What else we got? Oh, I feel like we got some more and I just can't think of them right now. But it's up there with the nicknames. Y'all be killing me. Y'all be killing me. Yes, they be quick with the name changes. No, it's not a troll yet. That's not a troll for me. That's cute to me because they didn't say nothing troll-like. They just got a funny name. It's not a troll. Don't block them. Don't block them. Unless they just say something really mean to people in the chat or something. No, leave them alone. I don't know, but I love when Here for IT uses the I laugh with Sky from Blaque. Oh, yes. Sky's laugh is crazy. I wonder if this will be a part of their storyline. If they can use it to blame us, they'll keep it as their storyline. Oh my God. Oh, first of all, are they in bad timing? Like, are they catching up on the first part of this live? They can stay for a little while. As long as they don't get mean towards anybody, they can stay mods. Let Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard stay in here. I ain't gonna read every comment though, because that's not what we talk about right now. Yeah, cut and paste Tisha. Yes, cut and paste Tisha. That's another one. That's right. Okay. So, let me go back. Okay. So hopefully it is not for a passing in the family, because that would be sad. But my thing is, this is my thing, y'all. You know how they used an excuse about something happening when they had to make it to that therapy session on that one season? I ain't gonna lie. I feel like they might just associate that with this because the other truth is worse. I'm sorry, but that's what I'm gonna think of, because I really do feel like someone else's grief is used to just keep the heat off of them. So that's just where my mind is. Now, I still, don't want anyone to have passed away, but I feel like that's what they do. But that's not the real reason why your thing is shut down. I don't know. Because honestly, you really would have probably put that in the sign, like, due to. And then here's the thing. Oh my God, let's talk about it. If they actually had employees, they should be able to go deal with a passing in the family and the business still stay open, especially since they're trying to have the ESPOs and teach people how to have successful businesses. I don't think. And remember, they've been out of town before. How do you go to Africa and not shut down? Nah, see, that's what I'm telling you. The more you talk it out, things don't add up. No. It is not a pass in the family. That's not what it is. You're not going to do this to me. That's not how this works. That's not how this works. Let's see. Okay, go ahead and block them, mods, because they getting like sexual nasty, and that's not fun. Go ahead and block them. Dang, you could have been in here and just had fun, Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard, but you take it too far. I knew it. I said as soon as they get disgusting, we gotta block them. So please block, if y'all haven't already, block Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard's account because they want to be nasty. Okay, just nasty. All right, don't save them. They don't want to be saved. All right. Since I've seen businesses post sign when they are temporarily closed due to funeral, natural disaster, vacation, so the customers will know. I understand that, Sis Zakia, but the way that they say they are multimillionaires and everything, they still would be able to have employees keep that business open. Now, businesses that actually are okay with being modest and actually, saying like, okay, this is just us. If we ain't here, it's not open, then that's different. But again, they have gone to another continent. And I don't think Blaque shut down then. And of course, they have gone to just other things. Like, did it shut down when they had their other ESPOs? It's not adding up for me that's the norm for them, is what I'm trying to say. Now, I'm not saying other businesses might, but no. Like, for them, that don't seem like that would be the real reason. That's all I'm saying. Okay, did they get blocked? Can y'all confirm that they got blocked? One of the mods that blocked them? Just let me know so I can. Because I don't. People be trying to throw the vibe off. Okay. Well, investors. Here's the thing. And you already know. Not trying to defend them. All I'm saying is that investors don't always equal, or they don't even equal at all people that would be there working. So even if you had investors, you could technically still shut down for something that happened. But I just think that that's just, how can I put it? They talk big, and for people that talk big and are supposed to be big, they would have had it to still stay open as they dealt with something else, whatever that something else is. Sister Kia said, well, if they didn't pay to renew their business and liquor licenses, they have to close. I agree. They seem to be lazy. Yeah. If they didn't do that, they definitely would have to close. They do work Jalen like a dog, the way it was showing. I don't know if they still do with that first season he was there. Oh my gosh. What money? What money though? Our head? They're not gonna let anybody handle their money, but what money? Thank you, Danny. He said, adios, blocks. Peaches said, I got the that's what I was thinking, Trina, since they did that during counseling session. Exactly, Joyce. Yep. Yep, that's a good guess. Could be a code violation, maybe repairs. Yep. Okay. Y'all, I've made it a point. So I'm so glad it's been officially announced, because this was just me, but I'm going to talk about other stuff that sometimes people don't want to talk about. So again, this was just a personal choice. I was just trying to see something, But, you know what? I would love to have a visual up for y'all for this. Oh, TV Deets probably has it. Let's go to TV Deets. I like to have a visual just for the engagement of it all. So let me see. Hold on. Dang, did they report on it or no? I don't even see it. I was looking for, I just put up their Instagram but I was looking for the Bad and Bougie, aka Messy, Mediocre and Messy thing, because I heard it was announced that they would not be renewed for a new season. This is all smoke for Carlos and no smoke for the cast. Carlos, you gotta stay focused. You gotta focus, but you sit there and you try to be messy with Dr. Heavenly, aka Dennis the Menace. I do believe that he had a hand in this whole mess with Dr. Heavenly and Charnita. You over there trying to tell Bravo how to run their stuff, but Bravo not canceling many shows after one season or being canceled, but it seems that you are, what else business were you in? Of course, you're in Melometer business. You are, I guess, trying to provide advice to Maurice, according to Maurice's words, striking y'all over there, striking channels. I got my allegedly thing going. But I saw his name on some content creator stuff, so I know your account with Carlos King attached to it was striking channels. Maurice striking channels. What else were you doing? Everything but doing your own business. What else was he in that had anything Melly was doing? Just some kind of real shady, underhanded. Oh, you're preaching on Sundays. Should have been focusing on your shows. You should have the Messy Monday should have been dedicated to promoting your Bad and Bougie show and actually then recapping your Bad and Bougie show. Nobody cares what you think about Bravo shows. You don't work there anymore. And it seems that you really keep trying to mess people over and over again. So the Drizzles apparently were not strong enough in number to keep your ratings and keep that show beyond season 1. That's what I'm seeing. Because I saw the ratings numbers, and one of them I saw was 60-something thousand. The other one I heard but did not see was, I think, like 45,000. Where are the Drizzles? Where are they? Because that's where your support is. And then you come and try to say, which I saw on T-Talk's channel, you try to say, oh, I don't need people surrounding me being my friends to, blah, blah, blah. Those are fake or whatever he said anyway. And I'm like, first of all. Then, but I see on my little sister's stories where you talking about, oh, raindrops, I got to do a thing with SWV and get them to sing the Rain Down on Me and all this other stuff. You want the love. They always want the love, but since they don't get it, they got to condemn it. You're not getting it, so you condemning it, but you know that's what you want. Tisha wants the real T-Squad. She ain't got it, but that's why she mad. The Scots want some kind of fan base, but you know what they do have? This is what they have. They got people that tell them, oh, the Melometers, blah, 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 blah. But then when they got to show up and put their money where their mouth is or put their eyes where their mouth is, the eyes ain't there because y'all not putting out quality, so they don't support y'all, but they just don't like us still. So they'll still be over there and talk with you and big up your head. But when it comes to actually following it up with some action that will actually support something you do, where are they? Where are they? Because as Melody said, let's go ahead. Where is I'll pull it up. I put up the whole thing. I pull her stories. Melometers versus everybody right now. Okay. They have lies, leaks, and lawsuits, allegedly, Danny. I agree. That's exactly what's going on. Where is your support? And so therefore you condemn someone you tried to put it as friends, but we understand. I know y'all think that we don't get it, but we understand. We are not Melody's inner circle. She has actual core friends and friends that people that she knows personally. We understand that we are part of a fan base. I don't know if you didn't know that, but we know we are part of a fan base and we act accordingly as a fan base and we go support. We crashing sites left and right. Dr. Shanita said, hey, we going to Africa, come support. Crash. Chinese World. Airing, crash. We crash sites out here. That's what we do because we be out here supporting in droves and numbers. Like we be out here for real, okay? So don't be mad and then try to say that Melody, you're trying to say without saying because you don't ever want to call her name when you mean it. But and I don't always accuse him of meaning Melody. So when I'm saying this is just what I feel in my heart of hearts right now, that one was definitely it's always about the Melometers when they feeling salty. It's always about the Melometers. But we surround her as a fan base. And then she has actually family, loved ones, friends. We understand the difference. I know you don't get it because we show up and support so much that you think we don't know the difference. But we know the difference. Okay? And so therefore, Melody does not have fake friends around her except the ones y'all keep trying to plant yourselves to be until she figures y'all out. And then you get mad when she's not talking to y'all or giving y'all any attention anymore. She does not have a big friends group of fake people. She has her core friend group, and then she has a fan base. But you try to commingle the two to make it look like you don't need that. That's not what I need. But I swear to you, had your raindrops actually supported you and actually just organically just do things and talk about you and promote you and do all these things besides just fill you up with, oh yeah, we can't stand the Melometers, then you would be loving it. But you can't love it because that's not what you get. And I also do think that they wouldn't be so bitter if they just had a solid fan base because they wouldn't be stating us, but they don't have it and it hurts and they're salty about it. And that's just is what it is. Let me see. Okay, I'm not sure I understand it. I'm sorry. Not a bag of pickle lays. Come on, salt and vinegar and dill pickle lays. Come on. That's how salty they are. Rawr. Yes. Caramel Rell said, child, we'll see. I have a bar, so it's possible. Our Heb said Miss Karma came early for CK. If he had a fan base, CK wouldn't be on YouTube. True. His time would be spent producing quality shows. Well, okay, let me say this. Okay. If he was actually focused on the things that it did make a name for himself, he would be producing quality shows. Or he could be on YouTube having a quality fan base if he was not trying to be so mean and nasty to people. Like, because I feel like he wants both. And I'm not even saying you can't have both. There's a lot of people that are like these influencers / and then they have these real, like other types of titles as well. Influencer is really real too. I ain't trying to discount them because they be out here making 6-figure income. So I'm not even trying to say it like that, but I'm just saying you can have it all, but you got to be genuine and not be nasty and coming from a horrible place. And that's not or be better at it if you're gonna be nasty. Because there's some people they are a nasty group, but they have a real fan base that still be out there supporting. I'm so glad Mel bought her domain. Yes, I am too, Rose. I am so glad she did it too. And you know what she always does? She tells you after she did it. That's the smartest thing. Don't tell nobody plans. Don't tell people your plans. Just talk to them after you did it. They mad they can't bully Mel in peace. And exactly. They mad that because see, they wouldn't mind if we were still covering the show if we weren't on her side or seeing how things was really going. Then that's why they mad, because we not seeing it how they want us to see it. Oh, and Maurice, I can't wait to dig into you again, Maurice. I can't wait. That's not this video. It's not. But I can't wait to dig into him. You mean Rain Vapor? And shout out to Chit Chat with QT, my big sis, because she said drizzles. And so I was like, let me call them the drizzles, because that's what she said. Yes, Danny, influencers be out here like making, really, honestly, some are 7 figures. Like 6 figures was me just trying to be modest about it. But they be out here like really producing the coins. And that's why they mad, because they can't do none of it right. They can't pick up on any of it. You want something to crash? Call out the Melometers or Mel. Consider a crashing queen. Right, Joyce? April said viewership is powerful. Shows needed to survive. Going to war with viewers will get you canned. Without viewers, no show. April, it is that simple. That is simple math. It is so simple. Move in silence, Bonnie. Right. Yep, somebody need to tell CK, God don't bless no mess. Every time he be posting them Pastor West quotes or whoever else he posts, or he do his Sunday thing and his whatever he be talking about, I'm like, Carlos, turn that mirror towards yourself and really do some inner work, because you mad and you keep acting like it's everybody else's fault, or that you're not mad. But as we see you continue to enable an AB user and everything else, we know you mad at the person that they are making a victim of, like, or trying to make a victim of, because you don't stop it, you encourage it, then you condemn the people that's like, that are questioning you, like, what is going on? They hate us because they ain't us, Blue Devil Babe. Exactly. All we really see is her and her assistant makeup audit in my mind. What? Yes, Camera Rail, there you go. Carlos is using Heavenly as a loophole. I agree with that first part because I haven't read the rest. To try to get back cool with Bravo. Heavenly don't watch his shows. Right, she doesn't. CK and his 58-inch forehead is so pressed, like he left the cleaner's eye. He don't even know who his raindrops are. He just made them up. I'm telling you, that's the thing. What song was that where they said, oh, that was Meg Thee Stallion. Meg Thee Stallion said something like, you don't realize that those ain't your fans. They just hate me. And that's what y'all got, T-Squad, Raindrops, aka the Drizzles. Those Carlos, Tisha, Maurice, you ain't got no fans. They just hate the Melometers, but they don't support you. There's a difference. Party crashers, yes. I'm telling you, there be some words of wisdom in there sometimes. So not the domain, but by her incorporating the name. So the domain is for the website part of it, right? Then she also, from how I saw it, because she mentioned the bylaws, she's also separately incorporating the name Melometers. So therefore with that's probably why he may not be able to use that name. I'm not sure how that goes. I'm really not sure, but I would think that that's a very strong possibility, because now it's formal. So, and I hope they can't, because I know they're gonna try to. So I hope they can't. Chaos King mad that the Melometers have money and none of them don't. Hey, Cass Womack. I love you back. Love you back. Yes, Mellow Nation, baby. Yes. They're not your fans. They just hate me. Ooh, exactly, Danny. You know. You already know. Okay. We got to go to, I was going to have the thing up, but I had so many tabs open. Let's just talk about what Queen Dyana Rozay posted and talked about. And I did link her video and Queen Shiba's video in my description box, so you can go straight there and see it visually. Let me say this before I start. do not tell me the non-factor they're talking about, because I also think if that's the kind of time they on, I don't want them to become a factor over here. So don't tell me the name. I'll just stay guessing until somebody else spills the beans somewhere else. But apparently there was a YouTuber. Oh, this is where we're going to get to Melody's story. So let's just go through her stories. That way we can do everything in order. Hold on. Okay, so we're going to go through Melody's stories, and then we're going to talk about what she posted on there. So let's change the background so I can make this bigger for y'all. Hold on. Oh, it's still kind of small. Okay, y'all, that's just what it wants to show like. So I apologize. This is the size of it all. Okay. But what we're doing is going through Melody's stories for the last day, and we're gonna get to the topic that's also in this title. Mel be holding them cards close to her chest, just like I told you, Trini. Yes, Joyce. Yes, she does. I'm sure she's also doing that, D. I can't believe that she's not. I believe she definitely is doing that too. Oh no, they can keep that. That's what they can say, Cece. We don't call ourselves that. That's hilarious though. But that would be funny just out of spite. Like, I got some extra pocket change. Let me go ahead and take this too. Now you stop it. You can't say it no more. It's chestnut checkers. Yeah, no messy CC exposure. So as we talk about this, we are speculating. I don't want to know this person's name. If they not already on my radar, that's good. I ain't got to put them on my radar. So don't say no names in this chat or in the comments later. Oh, okay, hold on, Danny. I'm coming. I see you. Let me see. Oh, okay. Got you. No worries. Thank you, Danny. That lady have called a lot of people names. I was wondering, but I got out of my chair. Oh gosh, Sheila, you got out your timeout chair? Okay, don't tell me. I don't want to know who this. I didn't even know. I did not know nothing except I did figure that they were a woman because of what Melody put in her stories, I think. But that's yeah, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Like, I honestly don't want to know. Bye, Danny. All right. Cass. Now here's the thing. I try not to do too many things that involves literally using a name created from Melody, because then I feel like I might be accidentally stepping on her toes, because she definitely trademarks her names when it comes to Melometer stuff. So I don't want to do that. The closest I got is I'm on what she's on, and I did my fan art of Melody. That's the closest I got, because that's not necessarily something, like, how people have fan art of Beyonce and Rihanna and everything. Like, so I drew it myself. So that's as close as I get, but I don't try to pick up on Melody phrases like that, because that is a thin line. That's a thin line. All right. We're okay with being ignorant on this topic. Yes, 4150. We don't need to know. All right, let's go through her stories. I'll read the captions because it's going to be too small for y'all to see it. Okay, so this one says, one of my 7th Avenue Premier Skincare beauties sent me this. She said the hair oil serum is already making a difference. Shout out to the 7th Avenue beauties. And shout out to her for her hair coming back. Okay, oh, hold on. Oh, this one's they said this is the first time ordering 7th Avenue, so shout out to them. Let me see. I'm hitting play because this was recording, so I just got to wait for it to go. It's not like a slide. So just letting y'all know. Hey, crafting with your flamboyant creator. Hey. Okay. 7th Avenue. I love the visuals for 7th Avenue, by the way. It's still going, y'all. Letting it flow. That hair oil, I reordered some. That Los Angeles code still works for 30% off. So, yeah. Still use it because it's still active. Los Angeles, it still works for 30% off. So I use it for more hair oil. I gotta mute this because it's actual music playing. Okay, I'm letting it keep going though. But yeah, no, that hair oil is good on your scalp and your actual hair shaft. As a 4C girly, I'm just letting you know that's one of the ones. Like, I hope it never changes. I hope it stays the same. I'm gonna keep trying to get it. Hey, Vivian Allen from Jamaica. Okay. And then this is Melly talking about her lemon drop collection. All you need to know about non-factor CC is that she buys her wigs from the swap meet and face. Oh my God, Brittany. Brittany. To Be Real said she started using her hair oil today. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Come on, lemon scrub, lemon drop scrub, lip primer. That lip primer is the truth too. Talk about some hours on hours of moisturizing. And as a person whose lips like to peel, between that lip scrub and that lip primer, y'all, I have not had a peeling problem except when I forget I was supposed to go ahead and do it. That's the only time. Yeah, I'm out. That's why I'm out now, D. I'm waiting for my shipment because I was using it daily. I should have got 2. Had I been smart, I would have just put 2 in the cart. But yes, I do use it daily. I would love a Pisces t-shirt since the weather about to change. The t-shirt's already there. All you gotta do is go to my site. Oh, y'all, hold on. See, that's what I'll get for being distracted. Hold on, I had a caption on it. Hold on. Let me stay focused. Okay, but Miss Island Duncan, you can go ahead and get your Pisces t-shirt now because it exists. All right. So Melody said, or she posted a quote. It says, "Believe it or not, some people be around you to steal your personality and ideas, and that's scary and that's true. That freaks me out. It's really weird, but that is so true." She put bingo. That's weird. And we already know the usual suspects was Cut and Paste Tisha and Stormy, but you know it'd be the other ones too, like not even part of the Love and Marriage Huntsville stuff. Like it's weird. She showed herself in there packing. She said, "I'm on it." All right. Oh, let me pause because yes. Wait, tonight? No, it's Friday nights. Oh, Instagram. You talking about Instagram. Girl, I'm talking about Charnita's show. Thank you for letting me know she's going to be live again tonight. I did not know that. So thank you, 32 Shots Photography. So apparently Charnita might be going live tonight at 8 p.m., probably Central Standard Time if she put it up herself. I'm going to go visit her stories real fast to go check that out because this is a different screen, so I won't mess anything up. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can find that. Let's see, Charnita, because we really be over here. We are for Charnita. This is Eastern Standard Time. Oh, this is okay. Got you. This is her with some people, with at least one person, maybe 2 people. But let me show y'all my screen real fast so you can see it. 1 second. There we go. Just so y'all see it. So just so you know, she will be live today, March 14th, 2024, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with this young lady. And it looks like another @ So Size Speaks, possibly. Size Speaks. But yeah, so yeah, thank you for the heads up, 32 Shots Photography. We appreciate you. Okay. Let me put this one back up here. All right. We're going to keep going. Yep, Big Weird, Jasmine, Big Weird. Yep, 7th. Oh yeah, the body oil is liquid gold. I love it. I have that in the house. It has this mild, beautiful smell, and then it also does its job. Yeah, that's so true. I agree. Okay. This is Danny got reposted in Melody's stories for Charnita's World. Well, I just went to my Oh, yes. Okay, that's still Danny. Push the button. Charnita, push the button. Okay, this says, making someone feel seen, heard, and understood is one of the best ways to love them. I agree. I refuse to run out. I don't blame you, Miss Cutie Pie. This is one of my favorites, too. Her lemon drop with the lemons rolling. Oh, my God, that's one of my favorite marketing ones. It's just something about it. Okay, this one. Melody posted says, I have absolutely no problem catering to a man that's making my life peaceful. And Melody put, do y'all agree, ladies? I do agree. If you're making my life peaceful, it comes naturally. I'm not even thinking about it. I'm just doing it. D said, I love my body. Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh, this one is about Melody. She's saying, okay, the quote says, yeah, compliments on appearance are nice, but when somebody compliments you as a person, your laugh, your personality, your heart, that's where it's at. And then Melody said, facts, literally had this convo with someone recently, and I told them that I used to always say as a kid when competing in writing competitions, beauty on the inside is far more important than beauty on the outside. This was my quote used regularly. So when people compliment my heart, my personality, I remember that I've been trained to let that outshine everything else. I agree, because I do appreciate that Melody is physically beautiful, but I stay because of her personality. Peace is everything. Yes. Miss Island said, my husband was going to a funeral this morning. I said, get some oil over there, but don't mess with my stuff. No more ashy. To be real, I use Sugar Mama baby oil. I eventually want to try it, because isn't that the one that helps you go to sleep too? I love stuff that helps you go to sleep. Although I be acting like I go to sleep early, and I do, but I still have trouble actually staying asleep. Okay, this one, she's saying, did y'all catch her live? Oh, here's the audio. Sorry.
Face scrub. Ooh, ooh. 30% off right now. Use the code Los Angeles, okay? Now what I'm about to do is come behind it with my amazing 7th Avenue Face Moisturizer. When I tell y'all this is like a #1 product right here, this face moisturizer, everybody loves it. It has a very clean smell to it. Remember I told y'all everything has a seal? So if you ever open something and the seal isn't right there, look under your cap. Sometimes we twist them too tight when we're sealing them, and you know. But, just clean. Just clean. Just clean. Somebody said, I love the face moisturizer. Me too. And guess what? It doesn't take a lot. So you see this? See this right here? See this little bit? See that little bit right there? Look how it's expanding. It doesn't take a whole lot to cover that whole face. So when I say this can last you, y'all, I think it's 2 ounces, right? Yeah, 2 ounces. It lasts though. Y'all saw the little bit that I just put on me. And look how it's expanding. Even enough for my neck too. Like, period. Baby, bedtime routine, honey. Better take care of yourself. Somebody said it definitely goes a long way. Yep. Hi, Tiffany Nicole from IG. I know you. I be seeing you. Get my eyebrows. Make sure they're moisturized, baby. Don't nobody want no flaky eyebrows either. Yep, that's what I said. We don't want no flaky eyebrows either. And just like that, see?
Work day over today. Getting ready for tomorrow. God is good, man. Period. This is what we're doing tomorrow.
Here's what we have. Before I put it on my face and my sponge, I'm gonna just show you guys so you can see the consistency. This is the Lemon Drop face scrub, and you can get everything off the site right now, 30% off, using the code Los Angeles. But look at it. It's like the perfect consistency with the oil and the sugar scrub. See?
Okay, this one says, my friend Chris with a word. It says, all I can hear is God saying, put me first and I'll put you in position. I like that. I like that. Yeah, she said, no flaky eyebrows.
All right, y'all.
Okay, then this is, I'm not going to play hers, but, I'm not going to play it on sound, but that's Hair Diagram that be having Mel's wigs laid. The short wig has been her styling it most times. She's 50. She looks great, but she using her 7th Avenue too. She is 50, y'all. I'm waiting for it to get to the the other stuff in the title. I didn't want to skip over anything because I was like, I should have said that and I should have talked about that. Right, she doing the thing in her basement, right, Miss Island Duncan? Exactly. Okay, I'm trying to. It's coming. It's coming. I just know I'm be mad at myself if I skip something I actually wanted to talk to y'all about. So I'm just letting it play just to make sure. It's it's 1:11. Oh, it's 1:11 Central Standard Time for y'all. All right. Okay, y'all make a wish. Yeah, she's beautiful. Yeah, 50. Come on, April. I love that they support each other. She supports Hair Diagram, and then she's supporting Mel with 7th Avenue. Like, that's really cool. Come on, Bold Hole. For any of y'all lace wig wearers, try out Bold Hole. It do be looking like it worked. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. 52 Saturday, when I tell y'all, moisturize. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay, here we go. This is where I saw the first time I saw it. Melody came out with a hoodie, Melometers versus everybody. And she said, man, I've been so busy and out of the loop. But after catching up at this point, and then of course it's Melometers versus everybody. Yes, because these people be out here just trying to have something like, I don't know. They are... I don't know. I don't know what to say because it's hard to explain irrational people. So I don't know what to say. But I agree. It's about Melometers versus everybody at this point. I love 7th Avenue. I'm waiting on another order now. Me too. I got my tracking number, Minky Finky. Elpity said 50 looking every bit of 35. Yeah, get that neck. Okay, Island Duncan. Yes, ma'am. I'm going to make sure I focus and make sure I get that neck too. I hear you. I hear you. Sound check and said, will they ever learn? They won't. They won't learn. They won't. It's so weird. Even the thing that they're trying to do now, like they just don't learn. It's ridiculous. I'm gonna see. Okay, hold on, y'all. Because I think that we're getting to the non-factor is coming. Here we go. This is what Melody posted. And to the little crazy YouTube lady who questions what I do to give back, do your research. You ain't paying me enough to do it for you. Now let me block you, pretty girl. Again, don't tell me who it is because I don't know them. So they literally are a non-factor because I don't know this person. I don't know who this is. Do not tell me. I am not asking. But this is what the thing is. This is what they try to do. This is, again, that Meg Thee Stallion lyric where they, basically they're not your fans. They just hate me. The person who, how can I put this? Okay. Y'all know how we still don't know who got the money from Stormi's supposed giveaways from a while ago, and we don't know who actually benefited from kids that's supposed to get homes or whatever else with Tisha and them. We don't know, right? But we know exactly who got the prizes when it comes to Melody's prizes, or we actually see, like, we're gonna see the whale when it comes to the whale in Ghana, like, or if it's just for profit, we see that, hey, she's not getting things repossessed temporarily. Like, it goes where it's supposed to go, and they mad. Like, she does not hide where her charitable things go. Like, they actually go to tangible people. And pretty girl, you blocked. Yeah. They just be trying to pull something out of nothing, squeezing blood out of a turnip on trying to find something. And it's just funny. Like, it's really funny. Because if you support the Scotts in them, because you're really trying to parrot them or trying to make fetch happen, go actually support them. Because every time we turn around, y'all not supporting them. Now, y'all will go talk some mess with them, but y'all not supporting them. Go support them. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm reading what y'all talking to somebody else. Just go support them. Do it. Just do it. I dare you. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Okay, okay. This one says, every man thinks he's an alpha until it's time to do what alphas do: protect, provide, and produce for their woman. 41 Fifth said, my thing is mind your own coin percentage. My coins aren't accounted for and go to great causes. Right. Throwing stuff at the walls. Yep. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and say what Mama Van has said on per Dyana Rozay, because Dyana Rozay had posted that in her Facebook page, and Mama Van said basically no concern. That person's a non-factor. I said, God, dog, you done ticked off Melody Mama too. Like, you know it's bad when Mama Van start commenting because she tries to just stay chill and stay out of it. And Melody, like she said, she don't acknowledge all the trolls. I think she even said something like, trolls gonna do what trolls do. So, yeah, I get it too, because I will not acknowledge every troll myself. You'll never get to acknowledge the good if you always acknowledge the trolls. But I understand every now and again you got to check somebody. You just got to check them just a little bit, let them know, like, I see you. You're not as smart as you think you are. Journey Jeff says, support your faves, but don't hate on ours because yours ain't leveling up. Right? That lady ain't 50. Oh, she not? I thought she said she was 50 in the audio. If I went back and played it, I thought she said she was 50. I'm sorry if I aged you up, bold hole business person. I am so sorry. I could have sworn in her audio she said, yep, I'm 50. That's right. I thought that's what she said. So I don't know now. So I'm sorry if I aged her up. But either way, she looked good if that was her age. I just want to make that clear. But I could have sworn she said I'm 50. Now I'm going to feel bad. Oh, and then Melly said, back to our regularly scheduled program. Like, basically, you're not stopping nothing around here. Y'all, let me check my title to see if I missed anything to make sure I didn't. Okay, no. I did it. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Yep, and then somebody's talking about how, their lives were changed taking her property preservation class. Oh, they try it. I got a little bit more stories to play. And, while this is playing, who was the messy person that was in Melody's live this morning? I had to get out early. I hated it too. I had to get out early. Who was the messy person that said, Melody, is Blaque shut down? The reason I know y'all asked this is because Melody said, look, I don't even go out a lot. She said, I'll be busy. I just be in my house chilling. She said, I don't know. She said, you got to go ask. She said something like, either you got to go ask them or you got to find that out yourself. She said, I don't know. And I was cracking up. So to the person that asked the question, you made me laugh, just so you know. April said, Mama Van is so nice and kind. Let me say it for her. Not just a non-factor, but a non-MFing factor. Yes. So it is a Melometers versus Everybody hoodie that is out on masterclasswithmelody.com. And then Melody posted, God, I just thank you right now. The way you show me who is against me, they fall. The bigger the offense, the harder they fall. Thank you to my friend who reminded me of this earlier today. Thank you to that friend. That's right. Hey, Sandra Sanderson. Okay, again, I cannot say enough about that doggone hair oil. And like y'all were saying, that body oil is the truth too. So you can't go wrong. If that's something you want to start to test out the waters with 7th Avenue, the hair oil and the body oil, I'm telling you, it's different. It hits different. Okay, those are all of them. So the Melometers fan page posted, let me tell you something. It said, guess what? It's going to be a very berry citrusy time this Friday. So y'all tomorrow be looking out for some new scents for 7th Avenue. Because Melly did say she's bringing in the spring scents. That's why she was trying to get the pumpkin spice and apple cinnamon spice out. So Friday looks like that's when we're going to see the new scents drop. So at this point, it's like, just take my money. But hopefully the code will carry over till Friday too, because the Los Angeles code is still active today. So we shall see. But okay, we came to the end. For those of y'all that hung in there from beginning to end with Mayor Henyard all the way to this, I see you and I appreciate you. If you come back later, I appreciate you too. Shout out to the replay gang, the bourgeoisie. Thank you. We'll have our regular lunch break live tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we will have more Melody stuff and other trending topics that's out there to talk about. I appreciate y'all. So have a great rest of your day. If I don't see you in these YouTube streets until then, all right. Let me find my song before I give y'all the okay. Bye.
I've been taking my time, I've been taking my time. Taking all of your time, taking all of your time.